And, of course, Joe asking, are you going to take Holiday out of the cleanup spot anytime soon? He said, no, not right now.
I look at it as a good thing. He's going to start to hit. He's actually going to get a lot of Holiday hits. The pitch is cut on and grounded foul at home plate right off his foot. So the count holds at 0-2.
You know, when you throw, he doesn't throw overly hard, but really has good deception on all of his breaking pitches. That was a little slider. And Holiday takes time. He had he was debilitated, I think. He was very weak from that illness. Got to get his strength back. He's hit his whole career.
Here's the 0-2 to Holiday, and the pitch is swung on and hit in the air to right field. Coming up is Haniger. He makes the catch to win the inning. No runs, one hit, one left. Now, at the end of a half inning of play, the Yankees nothing, Seattle coming to bat on the WFAN New York Yankees radio network, driven by Jeep.
Fans, make sure you...
Yankees baseball is sponsored by your local Ford dealers. The Ford Summer Sales Event is on at your local Ford store. You can get big savings on the exciting lineup of Ford vehicles. Go to buyfordnow.com.
Well, Tanaka has pitched much better of late, and think what a boost. You know, we mentioned what a boost it'd be if Holiday starts hitting like Holiday. Imagine if Tanaka starts pitching like Tanaka in the final 2 months. The Yankees are 2 games out on the loss side of first place, and that's what they're gunning for. No wild card. They're gunning for first in the division. Tanaka pitches great against Seattle and great here in Safeco. And the pitch to Segura. That was a strike in the count 0-1. But as I mentioned last night, that number on it, those are all numbers in the past. It's all the past. Now here's the 0-1, but for those of you who like numbers, the 0-1 to Segura is a slider outside. Lifetime 5-0 with an ERA of 1.95 against Seattle, and here in Safeco 3-0. Overall this year, Tanaka is 7-9 and an ERA of 5.33. Here's the 1-1. A ground ball off Tanaka's glove. He finds it, throws to first, 1 away. First he couldn't find it, but it was at his feet in front of him. He recovered and threw out the speedy Segura. Segura was hitting .338, 6 homers, 30 RBIs. Here's left-hand hitting Ben Gamble, the ex-Yank, hitting .319, 5 homers and 32 RBIs. I'll give you Tanaka's numbers. In 19 games and starts, 110 innings, 121 hits, 11 more hits than innings pitched. He deals to Gamble, and the pitch is low. He has walked 27. Control is great. He's averaging 2 walks, a little over 2 walks per 9. He has struck out 112, a 4-to-1 ratio. Now here's the 1-0 to Gamble. And the pitch, strike on the outside corner. And like Miranda, his bugaboo, the home run, he has given up 24 home runs. Ricky Nolasco has given up 26. Now here's the 1-1. And the pitch foul, third base side out of play, 1-2.
And Ben Gamble was talking yesterday to a couple of reporters and was quite open about, first he thanked the Yankees for giving him an opportunity to be seen, but he had always dreamed, he came up through the minor leagues with Aaron Judge. He always thought they'd play together. And he said Seattle gave him a chance, put him in there every day and didn't move him.
1-2 is struck him out on a splitter. And the throw to first base for the 2-3 putout. And they're a 2-away. Well, you know, Gamble has got a chance to play, but he's made the most of it, hitting well at .320. That's pretty good.
He said it was hard. You know, you see all these kids coming in, and you know that maybe you've been passed on the depth chart.
Well, to him, here's Robbie Cano. He's a .272, 18 homers, 65 RBIs. He's only 3 for 16 with a homer against Tanaka. Tanaka's had great success against Cano and Cruz, 2 terrific hitters in the middle of this lineup. The pitch from Masahiro is outside 1-0. It's really a strange year, though, for batting averages. I don't want to give you every example. I'd be here all night. We'd never get to the game. But so many really good hitters are hitting so badly. Here is the 1-0 to Cano. And the pitch is grounded to the left side. Grabbed by Didi, but he can't make it. And it goes under his glove. The shift was on. So Didi had a cross from the first base side of second to the shortstop side and just couldn't come up. If he comes up with them, I don't think he throws him out. So it's a base hit for Cano, and here's Nelson Cruz. I'll give you one example. I was telling Jack this. Looking at the boxes from last night, and I looked at Toronto's box. The first two hitters are Bautista and Russell Martin. Do you know they're both hitting in the 220s? How do you figure that? Both hitting in the 220s, so it's been an odd year.
And when Tanaka struck out Gamble, that was the first strikeout of the game. Winthrop University Hospital reminds you that they strike out cancer with CyberKnife technology. Winthrop University Hospital, your health means everything.
Cruz swings and misses. Cruz at 284, 20 homers, 74 RBIs. He's number 1 in RBIs. He leads Judge by 2. Cano, or Cruz, for whatever reason, is only 1 for 18 against Tanaka. Now 2 outs, a runner at first. And Tanaka deals, and it's grounded foul at home plate. 0-2.
Keeps it away from him. Probably uses that split. One of the things, and I know Nelson Cruz is a great hitter, great power hitter. If you compare him and Robbie's hard to pitch to. You can pitch to Nelson Cruz.
I think so, too. I think Cano can hit anyone. That's why his batting average is much too low for him. Here is the 0-2. Fastball wasted high, 1-2. That fastball's a calling card. That's his 4-seamer upstairs. You're not going to throw it for strikes. But if Cruz wanted to chase it, he could. And then also you change the eye level if you throw a really good splitter, which obviously goes down. Here is the 1-2 to Cruz, and the pitch is fouled off. Almost got Seager in the on-deck circle. And so the count remains 1-2.
Boy, Seager's getting beat up this series. He almost gets hit by his own teammate. Yesterday, took a ball off his foot, which bounded up and hit him in the jaw. Tough game, this baseball.
Well, it was hit on such an odd angle off the end of his bat, and it really almost got him. Seager laughing about it, but he wouldn't be laughing if it hit him. Now here's the 1-2 to Cruz. Cano off first with 2 outs, no score, bottom of the first pitch. Swung on and hit in the air to left center field. On the run is Gardner to make the catch. He hit it well, but a little too much air under it, and Gardner ran it down. No runs, 1 hit. And 1 left at the end of 1, no score. On the WFAN New York Yankees radio network, driven by Jeep.
New Yorkers always. And 101.9 FM, WFAN and WFAN FM, New York.
Today's Yankees Radio Network Acme Markets home run payoff contestant is Roger Klauser. Roger will win a $100 Acme Markets gift card for every home run the Yankees hit in the second inning. Visit WFAN.com/Acme to hit it big.
Now to the top of the second. Here's Gary Sanchez. So with Castro out, who normally hits 5th, they dropped Sanchez back to protect Holiday, and they put Clint Frazier in a terrific spot between Gardner and Judge. Sanchez swings and misses. Gary at 270, 14 homers, 46 RBIs. And the lefty's 0-1 is inside. Matt Halliday finished last inning with a fly ball to right. He's the cleanup hitter. The cleanup hitter brought to you by Action Environmental Services, the New York Yankees' choice for solid waste and recycling. Now the lefty deals way up high. Now the count 2-1 on Sanchez. Sanchez, Didi, and Todd Frazier. That's 5, 6, 7. Now here's the 2-1. Swung on. A high pop off first, foul near the Mariner dugout, and it's over the dugout. Actually hit on top and bounced in the crowd.
Scoreboard update brought to you by your Mercedes-Benz Tri-State dealers. See their vehicle offers and inventory at MBUSA.com. Bottom of the 5th in Baltimore. 1-0 Houston. Alex Bregman, his 9th home run. Colin McHugh and Chris Tillman started that game. Bottom of the 7th in Tampa. Texas has a 4-3 lead over the Rays. Elvis Andrus had his 13th homer of the year.
The 2-2. Swung on and driven to deep right center field. Way out. That ball is going to be one hop off the right center field wall. Sanchez to second with a leadoff double. A long drive to right center that kind of split Dyson and Haniger. Neither one got close. It bounced on the track and off the green right center field wall, the 380 spot.
And Sanchez did the best thing with that. That ball was on the outside part of the plate. You could see him guess where it was coming in, and he just stayed right there. You could see him looking at the ball and just touching it so that it goes to right field. It's so strong. Doesn't have to have a full string. He went with the pitch.
Well, here's Didi. He's at 302, 12 homers, 42 RBIs. Didi had 3 hits last night. So lefty to lefty. And the pitch is grounded foul at home plate. 10-second station ID now on the WFAN New York Yankees radio network.
Jordan Spieth has a 3-shot lead after 3 rounds of the Open Championship. Brandon Grace became the first golfer to shoot a 62 in a major. More later on WFAN and WFAN FM New York.
John Sterling, Susan Waldman at safe go. Scoreless top of the second. Sanchez off at second with the pickoff throw, and he just got back. Boy, they timed that perfectly. Miranda to Segura went in back of Sanchez, and they almost had him.
And Scott Service has his hand out. They're not letting. They're taking a look at this inside. Let's see if he's got this hand up.
I don't blame him. You know why? The ball beat him. I didn't say he's out, but the ball beat him. Well, but I don't know if the tag came down in time.
We can't see the tag. That's from where we were. But boy, the ball was there. If he touched him, he was he's saying never mind. I like the way he does it.
Emily Latella?
Yeah, she's never mind. Service does that little hand wave. That's
right. No. 0-1 to Didi. Let's see if Didi can pull the ball to the right side and get Sanchez over. The pitch is cut on and foul tipped at home plate.
Minnesota has a 5-0 lead over Detroit. They are in the top of the 5th. They're in Minnesota. White Sox leading Kansas City 2-0. Melky had his 13th. Justin Smoke, by the way, it's 1-1 Cleveland and Toronto. Justin Smoke just hit his 27th home run. And Boston and the Angels just underway. David Price against J.C. Ramirez.
Here's Miranda's 0-2 to Didi. Sanchez off at second. And the pitch is a breaking ball low.
Nick Hundley's walk-off RBI single in the 12th inning gave San Francisco a 5-4 victory over San Diego. Cubs beat St. Louis 3-2. Anthony Rizzo RBI double in the 8th drove in the go-ahead run. John Lester gets the win. Matt Bowman takes the loss. Wade Davis his 19th save. Matt Bowman pitches every day. I'm always saying his name. We'll see Cincinnati. They'll be in Tuesday and Wednesday.
Here's the 1-2. Swung on and line to right field. There's a base hit. Sanchez goes to third. They're going to hold him. So the Yankees have first and third and no one out on the line singled by Didi.
Miami leading Cincinnati 2-1. They are in the top of the second in Cincinnati. Oakland now leading the Mets 5-4. They're in the top of the 7th. The Mets have scored 4 runs in the bottom of the 6th. Jay Bruce hit his 25th for the Mets. Colorado leading Pittsburgh 3-2, bottom of the 2nd, all tied up. Washington and Arizona 1 apiece, bottom of the 4th. Bryce Harper, homer number 25, and Atlanta and the Dodgers about to get underway.
Susan, what is today's date? Is it the
22nd? July 22nd.
The pitch to Frazier is cut on. This is Todd Frazier. Breaking ball cut on him. So they have another week till the trade deadline. I just wondered as you were reading that if Melky will be somewhere else, and if Jay Bruce will be somewhere else. Enfield is back looking for two. The Yanks have first and third and no one out.
Tell you who I'm interested in if he's someplace else. His name is Yu Darvish.
Pitch, cut on him, missed. Sinker away. Todd Frazier at 204. Now there's an example. Frazier is not a high average hitter, but 204, that's... You would have thought at the beginning of the year that would be impossible. Anyway, 16 homers, 44 RBIs. I'll be an 0-2. And Miranda goes over to first base. And this isn't just Todd Frazier or Batista or Russell Martin. It's prevalent throughout baseball. So many low averages. Yeah, the home runs are up. I guess so are the strikeouts.
And the whole prevalent idea that strikeouts don't matter. An out is an out.
0-2. Hit on the ground to short. Let's see if they get two. On to second for one. The relay to first is a double play. No RBI. Scoring is Sanchez, and the Yankees take a 1-0 lead.
Boy, that's something so different, John, isn't it, than when we grew up and we fell in love with baseball, that an out is an out and a strikeout doesn't mean anything different than a ground ball. Totally different.
Yeah. I don't agree with that, by the way.
I don't either.
You put the bat on the ball, something can happen. They could throw it away or so. 2-8. Here is Garrett Cooper, and he takes a strike on the inside corner. Cooper, the right-hand hitting 6'6" first baseman, is 4-for-21. No homers and an RBI. And the 0-1 is cut on miss. Yankees, if I may say this at the beginning of the game, they're not doing much with what they're getting. You know, they've had a bunch of hits off Miranda. They only scratched one run. A double play, of course, is almost takes you out of the inning. That'll be an 0-2 to Cooper. And the pitch low inside, 1-2. I don't think Miranda liked that. No. If I may say it, Miranda liked that decision.
I don't think so. He took 2 steps towards the dugout and was very openly disagreed. See it on his face. He looked at the sky.
1-2. He struck him out a swing on a breaking ball. So in the inning, 1 run, 2 hits, no one left at the end of an inning and a half. 1-0 Yanks. On the WFAN New York Yankees radio network, driven by Jeep.
It's time to release your summer with Jeep, the most awarded SUV.
At Foxwoods Resort Casino, the wonder of it all. Rooms from just $169 at foxwoods.com.
Make sure you're at the stadium on Friday night, July 28th, when the first 25 guests in attendance receive a Yankees collectible cup, courtesy of Premier Foods. For tickets, log on to Yankees.com.
On Yes, they ask those questions, you know, to get the audience involved. So they asked a question. I love the answer. That's why I'm bringing it up. They asked the question, how far do you think Judge home run went last night? No one believes it went 440. Here's Kyle Seager. And there's a breaking ball strike. Back to a breaking ball by Tanaka. Seager, a lefty power hitter at 255. 13 homers, 52 RBIs. Well, we have tried to tell you about this ballpark and the pitch. Cut on. I missed it. It was a great splitter. And right over the left field stands is the Seahawks, my goodness, Seahawks Stadium. Seahawks and Sounders. And so some fan wrote into Yes. And there's the 0-2 to Seager. Pitch foul back. And they said 500 feet. It almost hit Russell Wilson. I love that.
I love that too. You know, the Yankees, his teammates were furious when they put up 440. Are you kidding me? Clint Frazier said to me on the field, that went 500 feet.
They put it up even less at the beginning.
414, they said.
The 0-2 struck him out splitter, and there's one away.
Well, if he's got that going for him tonight, along with the fastball, he was throwing a couple of four-seamers that were 93.
Now one away. And here is the righty hitting first baseman, Danny Valencia. Valencia at 270, 11 homers, 48 RBIs. There's Tanaka's first pitch. Breaking ball missed outside. Order Domino's today and carry out any large pizza. There's the 1-0 to Valencia. And the breaking ball strike, 1-1.
You know, I heard Mike Blowers, who's on TV for the Mariners, say that the longest home run he saw was one Mark McGwire hit off of Randy Johnson. And I said, well, that wasn't here. That's a long time ago. How can you tell?
Here's the 1-1. Ground ball to short. Didi to field and throw. 2-way. Yeah, it'd have to be the Kingdom,
yeah,
right?
It was. Mark McGwire hit some hard ones. I remember in 1997 when Mariano became the closer after John Wetland left. The first game that he blew a save, they were playing Oakland. And I remember in the ninth inning, remember this, John? Mark McGwire hit a ball off of Mariano that went into the black in the old stadium.
Yeah.
Oh, man, was that hit.
Well, I remember, isn't that funny? I remember another thing. Here's Mitch Haniger, right-hand hitter. Breaking ball is outside. It was, obviously, in that time, McGwire came up in the ninth inning with 2 outs. Rivera's protecting a 1-run lead, and he has 2 strikes on McGwire. 1-0 to Haniger. Caught on him, missed. And he struck him out, and after the game, Mark McGwire said, well, he said, Mariano's on the hill, and there were 2 strikes. He said, you didn't have to exactly be a rocket scientist to figure out it was going to be a fastball. So, here is the 1-1 to the rookie Haniger. And the pitch is outside, breaking ball. Haniger at 270, 7 homers and 23 RBIs. You know, you look at it, Seattle's changed their outfield. This was a plan by Jerry DiPoto, the GM. He wanted a fast, athletic outfield, and he's got one. And there's the 2-1. Pitch low. Dyson came in a trade from Kansas City, and Gamel and Haniger are both rookies, so they have a very young, speedy outfield. Now here's the 3-1. And Tanaka deals, swung on and fouled off. Everybody swings 3-1.
It's the rule.
It's the rule.
It's the new collective bargaining agreement, I think.
Doesn't matter the situation. Gene Segura swung 3-1 last night with 2 outs and no one on in the ninth inning. They're down by 4 runs, but no, it'll be a payoff pitch to Haniger, and the pitch is swung on and line base hit just past the glove of Didi to left center. Clint Frazier throws back in. There's a base hit for Haniger with 2 out.
Haniger got off to a great start early in the season. And we kept watching his name as he was hitting homers. And we've been on the DL for a long time. Relatively soon came back. That ball about 5 inches over Didi's glove.
So there's a runner on. Here is the left-hand hitting center fielder, Jared Dyson. A very speedy center fielder, very slender left-hand hitter. He's a 238, 5 homers, 23 RBIs. And Tanaka throws to first. If Dyson gets on, he's a very aggressive base runner. I mean, he's very fast. That's what he does. He has stolen 22 out of 27. And again, Tanaka throws to first. But of course, when you hit 238 with 5 home runs as an outfielder, at the worst, you're going to be platooned. He's right now being platooned with the right-hand hitter, who also can play the outfield, Guillermo Heredia, terrific defensive outfielder. The pitch is a strike on the inside corner, 0-1.
Well, you remember that Jared Dyson really didn't start every day for Kansas City.
No, not at all.
Not at all. He'd come in as a late inning replacement, usually in right field, sometimes in center if they wanted to rest Kane.
Now here's the 0-1. Pitch outside. One thing is true about baseball, and it's been true throughout the years. It's never more true than it is now. You want to play, you have to hit. And remember Terry Collins saying that a few years ago. The people who hit will play.
That's right.
And, that's you can have all the skills you want, but can you hit? That's the question. Can you hit? Here's the 1-1 to Dyson. And he swings and misses a splitter. And they count 1-2.
Well, he's got that split going today, and using that high fastball that's actually out of the zone changes the level. He's really got it working.
Well, 1-2 on Dyson. Mitch Haniger, the runner at first with 2 out. Bottom of the second, 1-0 Yanks. And Tanaka deals. He struck him out on another splitter, and he got a dandy. When you're Tanaka throwing to a left-hand hitter, that splitter should go down and away, and boy, is it ever. Third strikeout for Masahiro. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left. End of 2, 1-0 Yanks. On the WFAN New York Yankees radio network, driven by Jeep.
FAN. Afternoons in your office and on your way home, listen to Mike Francesa on The Fan.
Now we go to the third. Yankees have a 1-0 lead. Here is the 9th hitter, and that's Ronnie Torreyes. Torreyes at .283, 2 homers, 21 RBIs, and takes a strike. The Yankees, with Castro on the DL, could go to a strict platoon. And you see Torreyes playing against the lefty, so Wade's a left-hand hitter. He could play against the righties. Pitch is high. But what Susan said about Clint Frazier, Joe saying we'll go with the hot hand. If you hit, they keep you in the lineup. That's simple. Mitch Haniger, the right fielder, playing at Little League depth. Pitch is high, and the count 2-1. In fact, so is Dyson. You'll be surprised. Torreyes, I know you don't think it looking at him. He got some pop in his bat. It'll be a 2-1 from Miranda. Swung on and pop foul down the right field line and into the seats. So the count 2-2.
And everybody asking Joe every single day, when Aaron Hicks comes back, does Clint Frazier get sent down? And Brian Cashman, I guess, said on a radio show, he said it with Francesa on our flagship station, WFAN, that, he'd probably go down. John, I guarantee you, if Clint Frazier is tearing up the league like he is now, he's not going anywhere.
The 2-2 is pop foul. Well, of course. And there's one other thing. I don't know when Aaron's going to come back, but let's say it's August 15th, okay, which the Yankees would love. Well, in 2 weeks, you could enlarge the roster. So even if he goes back, he's going to be back in 2 or 3 weeks.
Well, but those games count, too.
Sure do. It'd be a 2-2. Hit on the ground to short. Segura fields and throws in time, 1 away.
I just have never seen anyone who's winning games, somebody say, well, somebody else is coming off the DL, hasn't played in 2 months, but you're going back down. I've never seen that happen.
One thing, of course. They're just looking for a story, obviously. But one thing, when you're managing the teams like New York or Boston or Philly or whatever, that's part of your job, is to meet the press every single day. And let's face it, it drives managers crazy. 1 away, here's Gardner. And the pitch outside, 1-0. Obviously, Joe Torre was really great at it. But anyway, that's a tough thing. You only get to hear negative questions every day. Gardner walked his first time and takes a breaking ball low, 2-0. Chuck Tanner had a theory, and it's not a bad theory, that even if the left-hander is tough and you're going to load up with right-hand hitters, you always should play a left-hand hitter just so it changes his focus and his view on the plate. The 2-0 is swung on, pop foul, out of play. And that's probably right. You can get into a gear throwing. In tennis, it's the same thing in serving. You get into a gear, and so it changes when you put a left-hand hitter up. And the reason I mentioned it, Miranda's behind on the count, and he walked Gardner in the first inning. Now here's the 2-1. A chopper over the mound, fielded by Segura behind second, throws to first, two-way. The Baby Bombers could easily be dubbed Tater Tots, because these kids mash the baseball like taters. Everyone loves home runs, and everyone loves O'Rider Tater Tots, the original Tater Tots potatoes. Now 2 down, and here is Clint Frazier, who ripped a single to left field, one hop off the wall. Pitch is a strike. Then he overslid second and was tagged out. It really was a double, but he was called out, so it's a single, and he was out 7-4. Here is the 0-1, and the pitch low. When the Yankees traded for Frazier, Brian Cashman made a point of talking about the unbelievable bat speed of Frazier. And Cash knew what he was talking about. He has the shortest, quickest swing. Very hard swing, but boy, is it quick. There is the 1-1, way inside 2-1. And as I mentioned, I thought this the first time I met him, which was back in the winter at a Yankee thing. He's got muscles on his muscles, Frazier. He's got to be a heck of a player. There's the 2-1. Cut out of miss, 2-2.
When Frazier's going right and he's got that balance on his legs, the bat speed comes in because you can wait longer. You can let the pitch travel further.
2-2 is high, 3-2.
And then you use that bat speed. So when he came up here, he was so over anxious. And we saw him in spring training, very over anxious, striking out a lot, got ahead of himself. But now that he's got that balance and he's got that mechanism going, you can wait a little longer. That's when you use the bat speed, and it really is tremendous.
Now here's the payoff. He struck him out swinging to end the inning. Yankees down 1-2-3 at the end of 2.5. 1-0 Yanks on the WFAN New York Yankees radio network, driven by Jeep.
Foxwoods Resort Casino and the award-winning Lake of Isles is offering a golf getaway starting at just $220 per person. Package includes a one-night stay at the AAA 4-Diamond Fox Tower Hotel.
WJ Barnabas Health. Let's be healthy together.
The third inning.
We are coming to you live from the Sunoco broadcast booth. Save 5 cents on every gallon instantly with your Sunoco Rewards credit card.
Final game of the series is tomorrow afternoon, and we will be on the air at 3:30 New York time, that is, thank goodness. 3:30 and 4:10 play-by-play. Here is Mike Zunino, the righty hitting catcher, and he grounds one foul outside of third. Zunino, low average hitter, a lot of power, hitting a .228, but 13 homers and 40 RBIs. And the 0-1 pitch low. The Yankees, as you know, have not done a lot of winning of late. They haven't won a series since forever. They win tonight, they've won this series. And if they win tonight, it's tough to believe this, but here's the 1-1 to Zunino. Again, grounded foul outside of third. They win tonight, they have a winning road trip. The worst they could go is 4-3. And that is a step in the right direction.
Well, they haven't won a series since June 9th. That series, that went 9th through 11th. It is hard to believe, isn't it?
Yes. And hard to believe they're hanging in the race. pitch. The breaking ball is outside. It really is amazing. Just 2 back on the loss side. Now, they played fewer games, so they're more back in the win column. And you know what you say to that? Win your games. I'm sorry, you do have to win your games, or a majority of your games anyway. Here's the 2-2 to Zunino, and the pitch is again grounded foul outside of third.
It says a lot about this division. The Yankees are very lucky that they're not in the same division with the Houston Astros.
Yeah.
But they're not.
No, and so are the Clevelands and the Minnesotas and the Kansas Cities and the Detroits. They're like 4 teams in the battle in the Central. Same in the National League Central. Odd how it works. Just cyclical, I guess. Now here's the 2-2. And the splitter low, 3-2.
2 teams the Yankees have not seen yet, both in the Central. Cleveland and Detroit, right? It's hard to believe.
It is kind of amazing, isn't it? And here it is, the end of July. Crazy schedule. Now here comes the 3-2. Zunino backs out. Tanaka taking too long. So Tanaka takes more time, and Zunino backs out again.
And looking up at the scoreboard, which is in center field, the Yankees better win their game. They're in the 2nd inning, and Boston already has a 3-0 lead.
Now here's the payoff. Swung on and hit in the air to deep left center field. That ball is gone into the Seattle bullpen. Well, Zunino does have power, and he launched his 14th home run of the year. Another home run given up by Tanaka, and the game is tied at 1.
And when you look at Zunino's numbers, that's why he's still here. Hits 228, and that pitch, fastball, oh, that was right down the middle plate. That did nothing. Not quite sure what that was. Gary Sanchez was setting up low and inside, and that stayed right over the middle.
Right over the 376 in left center into the Seattle bullpen. Now here is Segura, the leadoff hitter, a right-hand hitter, and the pitch is strike. Well, Tanaka has given up his 25th home run. It's dubious, but one in back of the leader, Ricky Nolasco. I would say a dubious achievement. The pitch is low, and the count 1-1. The bullpens here are end to end, like in Boston, and down the left field line, closer to the left field foul pole, is the visitors' bullpen, and then Seattle in left center. Pitch is swung on and foul out of play. No, the count 1-2.
And that was off of, as we were saying, Tanaka's fastball. When he throws that, and it was 92 or 93, it stays up. If he misses and if he doesn't get it above the strike zone, it's going to get hit.
Well, here's the 1-2 to Segura, and the pitch is pop foul out of play. 10-second station ID now on the WFAN New York Yankees Radio Network.
And FM New York.
John Sterling, Susan Waldman here at Safeco Field. We're tied at 1, bottom of the 3rd, as Tanaka deals 1-2 to Gene Segura, and the splitter is low. And the count 2-2.
The Red Sox, who are in Anaheim now, follow the Yankees into Safeco. They will be here Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday against these Mariners.
Now the 2-2. And it's fouled back again. One thing, Susan touched on it briefly with Girardi on the manager's show, but last night the Yankees did something. It shows you their strength. I guess that's the point I'm going to make. They went, Sabathia had thrown a lot of pitches early, so he only went 5 innings because he gave up only 1 run, too. Here's the 2-2 to Segura, and Tanaka deals. That was fouled at home plate. Well, last night the Yankees used their newest pitcher, Tommy Kahnle, in the 6th. David Robertson pitched the 7th. Dellin Betances pitched the 8th, and Adam Warren pitched the 9th in the 4 zeros. To show you how deep the Yankee bullpen is, they didn't use Chad Green, this emerging star who's been fabulous for the Yanks, and they didn't use their closer, Aroldis Chapman. And here's the 2-2. His cut on and missed. He chased a pitch in the left-handed batter's box, and there's one away. Anyway, that's great depth.
It is great depth because today they would not use Betances, but you have everybody else. So he can do this rotation.
I don't care who he puts in or what inning. They all have great arm. Chad Green, he could pitch any inning. He has great arm. So does Kahnle. We know about Robertson, Betances, Chapman, and Warren. Anyway, that is a great strength of the Yankees. Well, one away, and here is Ben Gamel, a left-hand hitter, and he swings and lines one to deep right field. Judge back, and that ball is gone in the right field seats. He hit a bullet, a high line drive in right center field, 3 or 4 rows deep. Gamel homers, and Seattle takes a 2-1 lead.
Well, Gamel not necessarily a home run hitter, his 6th of the year, but that's going to be very satisfying for him. We'll take a look at this pitch again from Tanaka. Stays up. You know, when he doesn't get his pitches where he wants to, everybody also, but he doesn't throw hard enough to make up for the fact that the breaking ball did not drop. It stayed up. It stayed up right around the knees.
6th home run, 33rd RBI. Seattle has a 2-1 lead. More runs than Seattle has scored in either of the games in this series. And Robbie Cano takes a pitch outside, and I know we repeat ourselves, but you have to give the facts, man. And that's 26 home runs given up by Tanaka. He's now tied Nolasco. As I say before, a dubious achievement.
Yeah, that's not.
And here's the 1-0 to Cano. And there's a strike.
Yeah, that is really a highlight that you do not want on your resume.
Cano singled to left his first time. The shift is on. That's why he had a single.
And that home run, which is a hit also, gives Ben Gamel a 9-game hitting streak now.
Here's the 1-1 to Cano. Caught on him, missed on a splitter. He hit a ground ball to the shortstop side of second. Medidi wasn't at short. He was on the first base side. Now Didi exchanges with Todd Frazier. Anyway, Cano just hit a ground ball to short. There was no one there. Now here's the 1-2. And Tanaka deals, caught on him. This struck him out swinging, and they're a 2-way. When Clint Frazier went down swinging to end the top of the 3rd, that was the 15th out of the game, brought to you by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on your car insurance. Visit them at geico.com and see how much you can save. Strikeout was number 5 for Tanaka. Here's Cruz, who fly to center his first time. And Tanaka pitches grounded to deep 3rd. Frazier feels a long throw is wide and goes to the stands. And the Cruz stays at first base. The ball didn't hop in anywhere. So let's see what they call it. What do they call it?
They called it a base hit.
You know what? That's not bad. The ground ball was over the bag at 3rd, fielded by Frazier on the line, just in front of the outfield grass. He had a long throw to make and did throw it wide. So it's an infield single for Cruz.
And I guess what you think is if you look at it, even if it was straight and Cooper was on the base, he might have beaten it out anyway. And that was a terrific play that Frazier made, just getting that ball. Just overthrew it, reared back and threw it.
So Cruz at first, no threat to run. And here's Kyle Seager. He swings and misses. 2-1 Seattle in the bottom of the third on 2 solo home runs. Mike Zunino and Ben Gamble. Now the 0-1 is low on the count, 1-1. Now here's the 1-1 to Seager. And the pitch low on the count, 2-1.
Seager got off to a slow start, just starting to hit now, up to 255 before that strikeout, so down to 254. Haven't you always wondered what it's like for someone to have a younger brother that's a major superstar and you're playing, and you're older?
2-1 cut on him. You mean, would he be jealous of it, or?
No, it's just, well, probably not jealous. It is his brother, but
I would say the Seager family is going to be well taken care of.
right. There's a third one too somewhere, right?
Oh, yeah?
There's a baby somewhere. Yeah, little.
Seager's brother, the shortstop of the Dodgers, and he is a big-time star. Now here's the 2-2. And the pitch grounded foul outside of first. Tanaka, as you can imagine, throwing a lot of pitches this inning.
Let's see what he's up to now.
Well, almost 60.
Oh, yeah.
And that's in 3 innings. That'll be a 2-2. And the pitch is hit him on the foot. Well, Seager's been beaten up lately. He slams the bat down. So a hit batsman, and now there are 2 on and 2 out. And one thing you do know, even if Tanaka turns it around and starts pitching great, the Yankees will be going to their bullpen.
Well, that's the same foot that he got hit on yesterday. That's on the front. It's on the right on the toes, and there's no. Wow, hit him flesh on the toes. That's the ball that hit him on the instep yesterday and then came up and hit him in the jaw. Well, he's getting beaten up here.
Well, here's Valencia with 2 on and 2 out. This is Tanaka's 60th pitch. Already. And the pitch is high. And we're only in the 3rd inning.
Well, all those pitchers that you're saying are so great, have that deep bullpen. We're going to be seeing them tonight.
We certainly are. Valencia grounded to short his first time. He's got Cruz at second and Seager at first. 2 out, 2 in. 2-1 Seattle, bottom of the 3rd. And the pitch is high. And the count 2-0.
And here comes Larry Rothschild.
And you know what that means.
I do. And that consultation at the mound is brought to you by Salino and Barnes. Call them today for a free consultation at 800-888-8888. I'm Larry Rothschild and Shingo Ori, the translator, are going out. You know, every time this year, John, have you noticed this when Tanaka seems to be turning a corner? He comes back.
Yes. Oh, he's been very, very inconsistent. And also, he's carrying an ERA of 5.38. Or let's say 5.5 to round it off. That's a lot. In fact, that's more than any team. I think Cincinnati is like maybe 5.25. I'll look that up, but that's a lot. So 2 on, 2 out, and here is a damage pitch, 2-0 to Valencia. And the pitch is swung on and pop foul back. And the count 2-1.
You know, as we get closer and closer to the trade deadline, we're going to get more of these. Ken Rosenthal of Fox just tweeted that the Rays have acquired Sergio Romo from the Dodgers for cash. He was DFA'd.
Right.
And the Rays, boy, the road to column A has been very bumpy. So now they'll try someone else in that bridge.
Now here's the 2-1 to the right-hand hitting Valencia. And the pitch is in the dirt. And the count 3-1. I bet Tanaka's thrown 30 pitches this inning.
And you don't want to start getting people up in the third inning, although someone's wandering around out there in the bullpen.
And here, as we say, a damage pitch, 3-1 to Valencia. He's a home run hitter. And he's got Cruz at second and Seager at first. 2 runs are in, and Seattle has a 2-1 lead. Now here's the 3-1 from Masahiro. The pitch is caught on and missed. Slider away, and the count 3-2. So an advantage Seattle, because now the runners will be running 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. It especially helps Cruz, who doesn't run all that well.
And that's the pitch that Tanaka said has bothered him the most, the slider, because when it doesn't break like that, it just hangs there, just stays middle of the plate.
Now here's a big pitch. Runners ready to run. There, Tanaka bluffs towards second, so they didn't run too quickly, which is a good thing. And Cruz puts his fingers in front of his eyes like, I'm looking at you, Tanaka.
I see you. Well, he's not going to get too far off second.
Here's the 3-2. Runners run, pitch, line to left field, down the line, base hit, going to the corner, grabbed by Frazier, and holding up at first is Valencia with a long single, a ribby single, and Seattle takes a 3-1 lead.
And that's that slider. That's exactly what I was saying. When it doesn't work, it just hangs there. And now someone's going to get up in the pen. Boy, did that hang there. That was about knee high. It moved sideways, but didn't go down. Best way I can put it.
Now Frazier raced to the left field line and made a very nice cutoff. If the ball goes to the wall, well, even Cruz scores, and Valencia would go to second. So it's a long single and 1 RBI. Seattle has a 3-1 lead, and here is the right fielder, right-hand hitting Mitch Haniger, with first and third 2 out.
I wonder if this will be a Caleb Smith night.
Pitch high. Right now it would be, because they're going to need a long man. And also, Tanaka is heading towards 70 pitches in the third inning. So he's not going to be pitching a long time anyway, even if he settles down. There'll be a 1-0 to Haniger. And the pitch grounded foul off third. For Valencia, that was his 49th RBI. Well, if he throws with his left hand, it's Caleb Smith, and he's throwing with his left hand.
So it is Caleb Smith.
Unless they're going to use Chapman in the third inning. Just kidding. Here's the 1-1. And it's foul tipped at home plate. You know, one thing Tanaka can't do, he can't finish off hitters.
Right.
On 2 strikes, he's unable to finish them off, and that's really very unlike him.
Well, this year he's been so inconsistent.
So Caleb Smith warms. And this will be Tanaka's 69th pitch. My goodness. Here is the 1-2, first to throw to first. Runners at first and third, 2 out, 3 in. And Seattle has a 3-1 lead.
Well, this is almost back to when the breaking pitch is so inconsistent. And his fastball's not good enough to get away with it.
Now Haniger looking at a 1-2. He singled to left his first time. And the pitch is hit on the ground in the hole. It's a base hit to left field. Cruz scores. Valencia stops at second. It's a base hit and an RBI for Haniger. And Seattle now takes a 4-1 lead. And in the Yankee dugout, you better believe they're going to the phone to find out if Smith is ready or how near ready he is.
And Smith, I know he's been starting all year. He had one relief appearance early, but he was in the bullpen all last year. So he knows how to get up. He doesn't warm up like a starter.
Well, here comes the 9th batter. Seattle has batted around. And there's left-hand hitting Jared Dyson with 2 on, 2 out, 4 in. And Tanaka deals low on the count 1-0. Tanaka cannot get out of this inning. That was Haniger's 24th RBI. After the home run by Gamble, Cano struck out. There were 2 outs and no one on. The game was tied at 1. Well, 2-1 Seattle. He hasn't been able to get out of the inning since. So it'll be a 1-0 to the left-hand hitter. And the pitch is grounded to second. Torreyes throws to first to finally end the inning. 4 runs on 5 hits and 2 left. Now at the end of 3 innings of play, it's 4-1 Seattle on the WFAN New York Yankees radio network, driven by Jeep.
Yankee fan. Free billing required. After 22 gigabits per month per line, we may prioritize.
Well, the Yankees come to bat here in the 4th, and they are trailing 4-1 as Tanaka faced 9 men and 4 men scored. Here's Aaron Judge to lead off against Miranda, who now has a big fat 4-1 lead, and Judge takes a strike.
Scoreboard update brought to you by New York Presbyterian. Amazing things are happening here in the American League. Houston leading Baltimore 6-4. They're in the bottom of the 6th. Lots of home runs in Oriole Park tonight.
The pitch is low, and the count 1-1.
Alex Bregman, Yuri Gurriel, and Marwin Gonzalez for Houston. Adam Jones and Jonathan Scope for the O's at Camden Yards at Oriole Park.
Here's the 1-1. There's a strike at the knees, 1-2 to Judge.
Texas has beaten Tampa Bay 4-3. Andrew Cashner with the win. Chris Archer with the loss. Archer gave up 4 runs in 7 innings. 1 walk, 11 strikeouts.
1-2 is low, 2-2.
Final in 10. Gosh, they lose every day. Cleveland beat Toronto 2-1. Justin Smoke had his 27th homer. Brian Shaw gets the win. Danny Barnes takes the loss in relief. Minnesota leading Detroit 6-0 in the top of the 8th.
There's the 2-2. Hit on the ground to short. Segura throws to first, 1 away.
Kansas City leading the White Sox 6-3. They're in the top of the 8th in KC. Melky had his 13th. Salvi Perez, Mike Moustakas, Brandon Moss, and Jorge Bonifacio have all homered for Kansas City. And Albert Pujols' 2-run double in the 3rd inning, and Andrelton Simmons' 10th homer of the year. And all of a sudden, the Angels lead Boston 4-3. They're in the bottom of the 3rd. David Price going up against J.C. Ramirez.
There's Matt Holliday with 1 out, and the breaking ball low, 1-0.
Final in 12, San Francisco beat San Diego 5-4. It was the Cubs over St. Louis 3-2. Milwaukee leading Philadelphia 8-5. They're in the bottom of the 7th. Travis Shaw had his 22nd home run.
1-0. Hit on the ground fair over third. Down the left field line. Rolling to the left field corner. Gamble fields there, and on to second goes Holliday with a double. Oh, 1-out double for Matt.
Miami leading Cincinnati 5-3. They're in the 6th. Mets come from behind, 4 in the 6th, 1 in the 8th, and 1 in the 9th, and they beat Oakland 6-5. Hansel Robles gets the wins. Castro takes the loss for Oakland.
So the Yankees are down 4-1, have a runner at second, and they have 2 cracks at it with Sanchez and Didi. And if you're down 4-1, at the worst, scratch away and try to get a run to make it 4-2, etc. The pitch is low outside. Of course, you got to stop them from scoring, too.
Colorado leading Pittsburgh 4-2. They're in the top of the 7th in Colorado. Washington leading Arizona 4-2. They are also in the top of the 7th in Arizona. Bryce Harper, number 25. And the Dodgers leading Atlanta 2-0. Corey Seager, his 16th. Chase Utley, his 6th. They are in the 4th inning.
Here's the 1-0. And the pitch is hit hard. And a diving stop at third by Seager. To his feet. Throws to first. And it is in time. Beautiful play by Seager, robbing Sanchez of a base hit. Now, the Yankees wouldn't have scored on that because the ball was in front of him, so Holliday had to hold at second. But they would have had first and third, 1 out. That's a heck of a play by Seager, 2 down, and that'll bring up Didi.
And he must have an incredible arm because he actually got up from the ground and set himself. He took a couple of steps to set himself so he wouldn't throw off balance.
Lefty to lefty, and the breaking ball is low, 1-0. Seattle with a 4-1 lead. I don't see anyone warming, so I would gather that Tanaka will come out for the 4th inning. Tanaka's already thrown about 70 pitches. Where's the 1-0? It's grounded foul outside of first. Now the count 1-1. What the Yankees have to do is what the Mets did tonight. The Mets were down 5-0 very early. And what they did is they stopped Oakland from scoring, and they were able to score enough to win it 6-5. So the Yankees are down 4-1. They probably can score 4 runs. Now the question is, can they hold Oakland? Seattle. Now here's the 1-1. Cut out of missed 1-2.
Miranda has a bright turquoise blue glove. I'm not quite sure I've seen someone with that color glove.
There's the 1-2 to Didi. Breaking balls in the dirt, blocked by Zunino, 2-2. Hey, I have a big crowd tonight here.
Yeah, they really do.
They've had good crowds, but this may be the biggest crowd on a Saturday.
Right, because the upper decks are full, totally full on the left field side, right? A little spotty up in the top, but a lot of people here all the way around. Well, you know what? The glove is the color of the green on the Mariners logo.
Well, I'm sure some manufacturer did that.
I'm sure they did.
Here's the 2-2 to Didi. Swung on, a high fly to center. Dyson in his tracks makes the catch, ends the inning. 4 runs, 1 hit, 1 left. And now the end of 3.5. 4-1 Seattle on the WFAN New York Yankees radio network, driven by Jeep. Let's take 10-second station ID on the WFAN New York Yankees radio network.
Jordan Spieth has a 3-shot lead over Matt Kuchar heading into tomorrow's final round at Royal Birkdale, FM New York.
John Sterling, Susan Waldman at Safeco Field in Seattle. 4-1 Mariners, who batted around. Here's Mike Zunino to lead off. And he grounds the foul, and he began all the problems for Tanaka, who's still on the hill, by the way. Zunino homered into the Seattle bullpen, and that touched off a 4-run rally.
4th inning is brought to you by Cars for Kids. Donate your car today and have it picked up tomorrow.
Here's Tanaka's 0-1. Swung on and hit in the air to left field again. Frazier back in front of the track. Makes the catch, 1 away. So he hit the ball in the same general place, not quite as far. One away from here is the leadoff hitter, Gene Segura.
Now, the only problem with that, he missed. He got it on the thin part of the bat.
You know, you were mentioning about Sergio Romo going to Tampa. He has been with the Giants. He was with the Dodgers this year, but he was with the Giants for years. Pitch to Segura is hit on the ground to short. Didi behind second, fields and throws 2 away, so 2 outs on 3 pitches. Anyway, you know what they probably think? The league hasn't seen him, the American League, so, you know, maybe he'll get some outs for you.
And when they say he's going for cash, that means that they're going to pay the rest of his salary. That's how that's done, so you don't have to give up a player.
Now, here's Gamble, who also homered in that inning. He homered in the right center field seats. A left-hand hitter.
And, of course, Tampa says, I might as well try. We're not getting it done this way.
The pitch, back to a breaking ball strike. Don't miss 2 Yankee Stadium traditions on Saturday, July 29th, a week from today, when the Yankees take on the Rays, Military Appreciation Day and Camo Cap Day. And Tanaka deals, grounded foul. Festivities begin at approximately 12 noon. For tickets, log on to Yankees.com. There'll be an 0-2 to Gamble, and Tanaka deals. There's a little ground ball to second. Torreyes to first. Tanaka has a very easy 1-2-3. 3 up, 3 down, end of 4. It is 4-1 Seattle on the WFAN New York Yankees radio network, driven by Jeep.
Prepare for 66 and 101.9 FM, The Fan.
Now to the 5th. Yankees are trailing 4-1. They send up the bottom third, Todd Frazier, and then Garrett Cooper and Torreyes. Miranda gave up a run in the second. It could have been worse. Pitch is outside. He gotten hits when he pitched out of trouble. He gave up a double and a single, first and third, then a ground ball double play. Off the bat of Frazier scored the run, no RBI. That's the only run the Yankees have. And there's the 1-0. His pop foul back. And the count 1-1.
And we see stretching and running in the Seattle bullpen. Now you wonder, they must think he loses effectiveness third time around. We're getting to that part.
And he's only thrown 65 pitches. 1-1 to Todd. Todd on a missed 1-2.
You're talking to Frazier. He knows he's a better hitter than 204, which is where he is now. Home runs notwithstanding.
And the 1-2. Swung on and line. Another diving grab by Seager. That's 2 hits he's taken away from the Yanks. Oh, Seager flashing a lot of leather at third base. 1 away. I mean, Frazier had 40 home runs last year. Yeah. He's a much better hitter than what he's done this year.
You know, you just don't know with losing teams. You don't know if they stop pitching to pitch around them. You know, when you get down to that part of the order, no reason to. And they lost a lot, the White Sox. It's hard. And frustrating for Todd Frazier. You see, there's a little frustration right there.
Garrett Cooper hits a high pop off first. A long run for Valencia to the stands, but it's in the stands in the count 0-1. Cooper struck out his first time. A right-hand hitter. He's 6'6". He stands way away from the plate. And Miranda deals, swung on and fouled down the right field line, out of play, in the count 0-2.
Well, what we've seen of Cooper since he's been here, when he relaxes and goes to right and right center and doesn't try and pull things, he's a much better hitter. Looks like he and Headley will platoon, at least for now, see what happens, because Headley against lefties is not good. But Headley's really been hitting against right-handers lately.
0-2 is fouled in the same spot. And I would think at least at the beginning they'll platoon Torreyes and Wade. Mm-hmm. Wade's a lefty hitter. Give me a little edge maybe. Now the 0-2 is a breaking ball, low 1-2.
In case you're just joining us, Starlin Castro back on the DL with another hamstring pull. It's not in exactly the same place, a little bit different spot, but the same leg. And he tried to hide it for a couple of days. He evidently did it on Wednesday, and it wasn't until last night when it started getting bruised and they saw the blood there that he had an MRI.
1-2 lined hard, but just foul outside of third. Just missed a double. Yeah, Castro was not running well at all. They didn't want him to run, but he wasn't running well at all. So the Yankees, they've got to try to get him well. He's such an important part of the Yanks.
Well, he even argued with Joe Girardi. He said, I'm fine, I'm fine. That's a little foolish because if you can really rip that thing, and then you're gone for a very long time.
1-2. Low inside, 2-2.
Said he felt it cramped, then it got tight, and then last night is when they noticed. When they say they have blood in the hamstring, it looks like it's bruised. It looks like, you can see it. We took him for an MRI this morning.
The 2-2 is a bouncer up there, so the count 3-2 on Cooper. I think that glove would be called aqua, right?
Aqua, teal. If it's the color of the Mariner logo, then it's teal because that's what they call it. So, yes.
3-2. Swung on and driven to deep left field. That ball is high. It is far. It is off the top of the wall. Cooper round second. He's heading for third. And now he's being held up there as the throw comes in. Jared Dyson banged against the center field wall and went down to allow Cooper to go to third. Cooper just missed his first major league home run. And now Scott Service and their trainer will go out to deep center. Dyson is still on the ground. He hit the center field wall at full force.
Well, and he's getting up now. Both Gamble and Haniger came over and picked him up. Gamble was talking to him while he just sat there. We're looking at it again. He crashed into the wall. He almost made a spectacular catch. He goes back. He looks at the wall, does Dyson, has the left hand up. He missed it, but crashed into the wall. I think that left leg got caught underneath him.
Also, what happened is that when he was reaching for the ball, he had run out of room. So the ball hit the wall about 3/4 of the way up, and he smashed into the wall. Now, we're here a long way from there, so we don't know how padded it is. But he went down. That's why Cooper was able to go to third.
And meanwhile, that was a fastball that stayed up in the zone, and Cooper's got a nice swing. He really does. Now that he's calmed down a little bit, and they're still out there watching Dyson. Once again, the ball just over his outs. I thought he was going to catch it. He really looked like it, and he's trying to walk it off. If nothing else, it knocks the wind out of you. And I think he hurt one of his knees. He's trying to shake it off out there with Service and the trainer.
And I mentioned Seattle, one of the many, many major league teams, especially American League teams, who carry 13 pitchers. So there's only 3 guys on the bench. 1 outfielder, 1 infielder, and 1 catcher. But Dyson is going to stay in the game. Ronnie Torreyes is the hitter, and the Yankees have to score this run. The Yankees have left men on base when they could have scored them. So here with 1 man out. Hey, by the way, how big is the Seager catch right now?
Yep.
It would be 4-2 with the runner at third and no one out. Remember, Seager robbed Todd Frazier of a base hit with a terrific catch. And Cooper missed a home run by a couple of feet.
And Dyson's out there. He's flexing his left leg. I think he went in the wall with that knee and at least fell on the ground with that knee, and he's flexing that. When he left you can see the marks in the padding where he hit. Wow, look at that, John.
Now here's Torreyes, infield back. A ground ball anywhere but third means a run. And let's face it, the Yankees have to score this run down 4-1. Pitch is inside. And the count is 1-0. We're in the top of the fifth, 4-1 Seattle.
Dyson's still trying to walk that off.
Here's the 1-0. Swung on, pop foul out of play, 1-1. Torreyes grounded to short his first time. As a matter of fact, if Torreyes grounds to short here, the Yankees get a run. The pitch is a breaking ball down and in, and the count 2-1 to Torreyes.
Hey, look at that pitch again. It bounced right in front of the plate.
Cooper leads off third with one man out. Here's the 2-1. Swung on and driven to deep left center field. Dyson going back, and he makes the catch. Cooper easily tags and scores. Torreyes gets the job done. A sac fly and an RBI, and the Yankees trail 4-2.
You know, I'm watching Dyson. It's one thing to want to help your team. He's limping around. He was grimacing.
So the Yankees get one back, and they trail 4-2. And Miranda could thank Kyle Seager, or else the Yankees would be a little bit closer. Here's Gardner with 2 outs and no one on. It's now 4-2 Seattle. Of course, the Yankees coming back is contingent on holding Seattle. Gardner swings and misses. No one is up in the Yankee bullpen. Tanaka will certainly come out for the 5th.
His easiest inning was the last one. Very quickly.
Gardner has walked and grounded to short. And Miranda deals up high, and the count 1-1.
You know, it's interesting when you play these teams on the West Coast or in other divisions where you only see them once here and once in Yankee Stadium. You can follow them online or on TV. Kyle Seager's a really good player, isn't he?
That's right. You don't see him all the time. Pitch. There's a breaking ball low, 2-1 to Gardner.
You know, anybody in the East, you know how good they are. You should see them 19 times a year.
Someone in the Seattle bullpen is swinging his arms around, which is his prerogative, certainly. It means he may be getting ready to warm up. It'll be a 2-1 to Gardy. Swung on, a high fly to left center field. Cutting over is Gamble for the catch. Yankees settle for 1 run, 1 hit, with no one left. Now at the end of 4.5, it's 4-2 Seattle on the WFAN New York Yankees radio network, driven by Jeep.
It's Summer of Dreams at Foxwoods Resort Casino, and we guarantee it's music to your ears with the all-new Great Cedar Casino. With over 100 new...
Connected with a fully customized experience. Get Yankees home screen icons and features, as well as game day, radio broadcast, and more. Download MLB.com at bat today.
Well, the Yankees get one of the runs back. They trail 4-2. Here's Robbie Cano, and the pitch outside. So it's up to Tanaka and his fellow members of the Yankee pitching staff to hold Seattle at 4 and see if the Yankees can somehow scratch out a couple of runs. Cano has singled and struck out, and Tanaka deals, and the pitch is low, 2-0. Last inning was an unbelievable inning for Tanaka because I think he threw 6 pitches. He's thrown 2 here, and he has 78. I think he began with 70, so my math tells me that he threw probably 6 pitches that inning. Here is the 2-0 to Cano. And the pitch is swung on and jolted to deep right center field. Back is Judge on the track. He makes the catch. About 2 steps from the 380, right in front of the 380. And there's one away.
Well, didn't miss that by much, see where that pitch was, and we're looking at it again. It was over the middle of the plate. It was straight as a string.
And he's a great low ball hitter, and that ball was low. And you know what? When it was hit, you heard the crack of the bat. I thought the ball was going to be out. Didn't miss by much. I mean, Judge caught it at least halfway on the track. One away. And here is Nelson Cruz. Tanaka's given up 2 home runs tonight. One to Gamble and one to Zunino.
We just saw a replay of that. As soon as Robbie hit it, he shook his head. He knew he just missed it.
Cruz takes a breaking ball strike and the count 0-1. Because he has such a great swing. The ball was in a great place for him. In the middle, down a little bit. I thought he was going to hit it out. Here's the 0-1 to Cruz. And Tanaka deals low on the count 1-1. This is like a day game. I know back home it's later, but here you think it's 12 noon. Because it's 3 hours difference.
Right.
I understand that.
It's not even 8 o'clock. It didn't get dark last night till after 9.
Yeah. The 1-1. God on him. Missed another breaking ball down and away. In the count 1-2. Cruz 1 for 2 on the night. And Tanaka deals. Swung on, hit high in the air to left center. And Gardner in left center stops, makes the catch. And there are 2 away.
And got away with another one, slider. It's breaking, but not down. It's moving, but not down.
Now 2 down, and here is Kyle Seager, who has struck out and been hit by a pitch, but he has made so many great plays at third, and at least one of his plays would have meant it to be 4-3 Yanks. I mean 4-3 Seattle. He's a left-hand hitter with power. And Tanaka deals the breaking ball low, 1-0.
Well, he's got to be black and blue everywhere. Both legs, his jaw.
Here's the 1-0. It's grounded to first. Cooper flips to Tanaka in time for the 3-1. Put out another easy 1-2-3 inning for Tanaka. And at the end of 5 innings of play, 4-2 Seattle. On the WFAN New York Yankees radio network, driven by Jeep.
Boomer and Carton and Drive Home with Mike Francesa right here on The Fan.
Well, we go to the top of the 6th. Now, Ariel Miranda will begin the inning, but the submarining righty Steve Cechek is in the bullpen. And the Yankees have Frazier, Judge, Halladay, Sanchez, all big, strong right-hand hitters.
And Heredia is now in center field.
And the pitch to Frazier, Clint Frazier, is fouled off. Heredia is a brilliant defensive outfielder, so he replaces Dyson.
Scoreboard update brought to you by Bigelow Tea. Tea that encourages you to grab a mug and tea proudly. Let's see what's brewing around the league.
0-1, pitch is high, so Seattle's bench is now down to 2. And one guy you can't use, the backup catcher, so that leaves their bench at 1.
Houston leading Baltimore 6-4. They're in the top of the 8th at Camden Yards.
Here's the 1-1. Cut out, I missed 1-2.
Texas beat Tampa Bay 4-3. Andrew Kashner beats Chris Archer. Alex Claudio had his 4th save. In 10, Francisco Lindor walk-off home run in the 10th inning. They beat Toronto 2-1. Brian Shaw beats Danny Barnes.
Here's the 1-2 to Clint, and the pitch is foul back.
Minnesota leading Detroit 6-5 now, bottom of the 8th. As Detroit's come up with 5 runs in the top of the 8th inning. Boy, we're seeing a lot of that. 5 runs, 6 runs in the late innings by teams.
The 1-2, way outside, 2-2.
Final in Kansas City, KC beats the White Sox 7-2. In the bottom of the fifth, Angels now have a 5-3 lead over David Price and the Red Sox. Andrelton Simmons, homer number 10. Albert Pujols, two-run double in the third.
Now here's the 2-2. Swung on and punch foul, first base out of play.
San Francisco beats San Diego 5-4 in 12. Nick Hundley walk-off RBI single in the 12th inning. John Osich gets the win. Kevin Quackenbush takes the loss. He is 0-2, 40,000 in San Francisco. Cubs beat St. Louis 3-2. Anthony Rizzo RBI double in the 8th, drove in the go-ahead run.
Now here's the 2-2, and it's foul back.
Bottom of the ninth in Philly, Milwaukee has a 9-8 lead over Philadelphia. In the bottom of the eighth, Miami leads Cincinnati 5-3. Mets on a Wilmer Flores walk-off homer in the ninth inning beat Oakland 6-5. Oakland had a 5-0 lead till the bottom of the sixth inning.
And once again, it'll be a 2-2. It's inside. He just got out of the way. A fastball up and in. 3-2 on Clint Frazier. The Yankees would love Frazier to walk. They're probably rooting for ball 4. And then you'd have a chance to tie it with Judge or Holiday or Sanchez.
Colorado. Oh, sorry, John. Colorado leading Pittsburgh 6-2. They're in the 8th. 4-2 Washington leading Arizona in the 9th.
Payoff. Swung on, foul back.
And all tied up in Atlanta and the Dodgers, 2 apiece, bottom of the 5th. Corey Seager, his 16th. Chase Utley, his 6th. That's Julio Teheran against Rich Hill. Steve Cishek must be all warmed up. He's just standing there.
And once again, there'll be a payoff to Clint. And the 3-2 struck him out swinging high fastball, and there's one away. 10-second station ID now on the WFAN New York Yankees radio network.
Jordan Spieth has a 3-shot lead after 3 rounds of the Open Championship. Brandon Grace became the first golfer to shoot a 62 in a major. More later on WFAN and WFAN FM New York.
And here comes Scott Service.
So he let him pitch to the right-hitting Clint Frazier, but with Judge and Holiday coming up, he is going to go to the bullpen. That's all for Miranda.
And this call to the bullpen is brought to you by Cap. That pitching change also brought to you by your Tri-State right-hander Steve Cishek. He's been out for much of the year. He had hip labrum surgery last year, and he was placed on the DL. Didn't come back till the middle of May. He's only been in 20 games, 17 innings, 6 earned runs, 12 hits, 6 walks, 14 strikeouts.
And Judge swings and misses. Miranda goes 5 1/3, 2 runs, 5 hits, 4 strikeouts, 1 walk. And yes, if the Mariners win, not a strike, without the game being tied up, Miranda will get a decision. I wanted to tuck that in if I could. So it'll be an 0-2 to Judge.
Frazier swung at ball 4.
He did. It was a fastball up high, I think. And it'll be an 0-2 to Judge. And the sidearm breaking ball is outside, 1-2.
Everybody swings at that pitch, particularly when they precede it with sliders or pitches that break down.
Now here's the 1-2 to Judge. And he lays off the breaking ball down and away. It's tough to lay off. You're a right-handed, or you see the ball, you're ready to go after. Then the ball bends and takes an immediate turn. So 2-2 on Judge. 1 out, no one on. Top of the 6th. 4-2 Seattle. The pitch is swung on and into the air to right center field. That ball is high. It is far. It is gone. A Judgian blast. All rise. Here comes the Judge. Aaron Judge homers to right center field, and the Yankees trail 4-3.
All right, well, they say it comes in bunches, and after that monster shot last night, Aaron Judge with his 32nd homer of the year. See where this pitch is. Oh, fastball right down the middle. And Heredia turned around. He sort of sauntered back towards center field. He knew where that was going.
No, a long home run to right center field. Judge hits home runs to right center. And in Yankee Stadium, boy, that's a good thing. Here's Holiday. Breaking ball strike, and the count 0-1.
That, of course, was the Lapolis Electric first blast of the game. With that first home run, the power is on. Make sure the power in your home is always on with a generator installed by Lapolis Electric.
Now here's the 0-1. And the slider outside 1-1.
Fascinating. The only person who's not impressed with Aaron Judge is Aaron Judge, who will talk for hours about anyone else in the clubhouse, but not about himself.
No, that's okay. I'm impressed with Aaron Judge. Pitch swung on a high chopper to short. Segura fields and throws. 9-2 away. Well, for Judge, that was Aaron's 32nd home run this season. And the Judge home run counter is brought to you by the Judge Group. Hitting home runs in technology, healthcare staffing, consulting and training. Visit Judge.com to learn more.
You know, when you talk to Judge, even when he's going through what people thought were struggles, he just kept saying, you just keep doing what you're doing, and eventually it turns. Has the same expression on his face, whether he's 0 for 3 or 3 for 3.
Sanchez takes a breaking ball strike. Well, the Yankees are so fortunate to have not just a great player like him, but a young man who is so grounded. Parents brought him up beautifully, so much like Jeter.
Yep, very much. His parents are here. Of course, comes from the West Coast.
0-1. Cut out of him. So the Yankees now, if their bullpen is good, you know, they have a chance. Now 1 run down, 4-3 in the 6th. 2 outs, no one on. And an 0-2 count on Gary Sanchez. Chad Green up in the Yankee bullpen. Sanchez has a double in 2 trips. Now the 0-2. Breaking balls outside. 1-2. Right-handed Tony Zick, he's been in before. I mean, in this series. He is in the Seattle bullpen. Here's the 1-2 to Sanchez. Breaking ball nubbed on the ground to first. Valencia will tag Sanchez to end the inning. 1 run, 1 hit, and no one left. At the end of 5.5, 4-3 Seattle on the WFAN New York Yankees radio network, driven by Jeep.
There will be
Well, Tanaka back out there for this inning. Chad Green warming up right in back of him. The Recovery Room Health Update is sponsored by New York Presbyterian. Amazing things are happening here. If you haven't heard, Starlin Castro put back on the DL. He re-injured his right hamstring. Tyler Wade is either here or on his way. He must be here by now. And then he will take his spot on the roster. Not exactly the same place, but the same leg in the same area.
Well, we go to the bottom of the 6th. The Yankees now trail 4-3 on the home run by you-know-who. And here is Valencia, a right-hand hitter. Tanaka deals. And there's a strike. Tanaka's next pitch will be his 90th. Well, he had 70 at the end of 4 innings. At the end of 3 innings, excuse me. So in the 4th and 5th, 20 pitches. And there's a bloop. In back of second, Torreyes on the outfield grass makes the catch. 1 away. Isn't it something how Tanaka settled down? He had 1 bad inning, a terrible inning. 2 home runs and 4 runs. The home runs were solo jobs. And Tanaka gave up 4 runs and 5 hits in the other innings. It's been well nigh perfect. Well, the Yankees trail 4-3 with 1 out, no one on. And here is Mitch Haniger. Haniger 2 for 2, one of them a ribby single. And Tanaka deals low, 1-0.
And I don't know what kind of adjustments he made in between that 3rd inning and the 4th inning, but he's really been a different pitcher. Did you think he'd be in the game by the 6th inning?
No.
After that 3rd inning?
The pitch kind of missed, not at all. Hey, look who's warming up for Seattle.
Would that be our friend Mr. David Phelps?
Yeah. And here's the 1-1 to Haniger. And the pitch is low on the count, 2-1. Now Tanaka will deal 2-1 to the right-hand hitter, and the pitch is grounded to short. Didi to field and throw, and they're two-way.
You know, most managers want to get a newly acquired pitcher, particularly pitchers, into the game, so they just don't sit there in the pen and watch the game, because you want to make an impression. You want to get the first one over with, whether it's David Phelps or Caleb Smith or anybody. It takes a while.
Now 2 down, and here is Guillermo Heredia. He's a right-hander to replace Dyson, who banged into that center field wall chasing Cooper's triple. And the pitch, strike.
Well, we haven't heard anything about Dyson yet. We'll let you know if they release anything.
It'll be a payoff pitch to the right-hand hitting Heredia. And the pitch is strike 3, called at the knees. So Tanaka turned it around after that awful third inning, the last 3 innings. Brilliant. No runs, no hits. No runs, no hits, no errors, no one left. At the end of 6 innings of play, 4-3 Seattle on the WFAN New York Yankees radio network, driven by Jeep.
Yankee fans, this is Tyler Austin. This season, I am teaming up with Bridgehampton National Bank.
Papa John's, official pizza of the New York Yankees.
Enjoy the game with an ice cold Sapporo beer. First brewed.
Visit your Tri-State Alley.
Afternoons in your office and on your way home, listen to Mike Francesa on The Fan.
Well, the new pitcher for Seattle, this is like old home week. You walk in that Seattle clubhouse, you know everybody. David Phelps, 44 games with Miami, ERA of 3.5, almost 47 innings, 42 hits, 21 walks, 51 strikeouts. Batters hitting .243 off of David Phelps. He is going to be, as we compared him to, I was talking to Jerry DiPoto, the Adam Warren of the Seattle Mariners. And they were best buddies when they were both here. The Warrens and the Phelps were very close friends. And Phelps can go long. He can do multiple innings. He can start if you really need him to. If something happens, he can pitch 1 inning. He's closed. Does everything. And they traded 4 players for him, 4 prospects.
And the Yankees trail by 1 as they see their former teammate. Phelps throws pretty hard, throws great 2-seamers. That's his biggest pitch. So if you throw a 2-seamer, it breaks away from the left-hand hitter like Didi, and the slider breaks in. And the pitch, a fastball high, 1-0. Yankees trail by 1. Cechek goes 2/3 of an inning, 1 run, 1 hit, the Judge home run. And the Yankees trail by 1 as we enter the final 3 innings. And the pitch to Didi, low inside, 2-0.
You probably get a little nervous first time. You know, you go out there and you're the new guy. You're there for a reason. They gave up 4 players for you. Everyone's saying, okay, show me.
The 2-0 foul back. And Didi has singled in 2 trips, 6, 7, and 8. It'll be Didi, Todd Frazier, and then Garrett Cooper.
Speed Report is brought to you by Old Dominion Freight Line, official freight partner of the Yankees radio network and official freight carrier of Major League Baseball. Learn more at odfl.com. No stolen bases tonight.
Now Didi digging in behind on or head on the count, 2-1, and the pitch is cut on him. It's 2-2.
That great curve he always had that knuckles a little bit. He was always better, John, coming out of the pen, right? They seem to remember, like Warren.
Yeah, just like Warren,
yeah.
Absolutely.
They were like frickin' frack, the 2 of them. Best buddies, very similar.
It'll be a 2-2 to Didi, and the pitch is foul, third base side out of play.
For Phelps, I had asked him, he was telling me about different things, and he said, you get traded to a place where you have a chance at a wild card. There's no chance of winning there. Well, they didn't this year anyway, and he said it gets tough. You play on losing teams year after year. So this is exciting for him.
The 2-2 is grounded to first. Valencia will flip to Phelps, one away. The in-game box score brought to you by RSM. Experience the power of being understood. For the Yankees, 3 runs, 6 hits, no errors. And for Seattle, 4 runs, 7 hits, no errors.
And David got off to a slow start, but since the end of April, has a 195 batting average against, ERA of 2.19. Once he got informed about April 23rd, he started turning it around, I'm told.
Todd Frazier swings, lifts a high fly to center. Heredia is there to make the catch, quickly 2 away.
Two down on 7 pitches.
No, 2 away, and that will bring up Garrett Cooper. Cooper struck out, and then he tripled. That was the ball that Dyson banged into the wall in an instant. The ball hit the wall, he hit the wall at the same time. Dyson went down, so Cooper was able to run it into a triple, and he scored on a sac fly by Torres. That was the Yanks' second run, then Judge homered for the 3rd run. And the slider is outside, 1-0. Phelps will deal 1-0. And there's a strike, and the count 1-1. Pitch is swung on and hit in the air down the right field line. And it is going to make the seats right down the line. And the count 1-2. 2 outs, no one on, top of the 7th. And the Yankees are trailing 4-3. Last time I looked, Boston was losing 6-3. Pitch is foul back.
They are, and Heath Hembree is now in the game. Price knocked out of the game.
It's amazing to realize that the Yankees would win this game, not losing 4-3, and Boston would lose. The Yankees would be one back on the loss side after all this losing.
All they got to do is win. Boy, just think if they had won a third of those.
Pitch is cut on and missed. Cooper strikes out on a breaking ball. Phelps has a 1-2-3, and now at the end of 6.5 innings of play, it's 4-3 Seattle on the WFAN New York Yankees radio network, driven by Jeep.
It is available only to qualified customers.
Empire City Casino, you could be the next big winner with the largest jackpot in New York history, now over $1.9 million. Real people, real money, real deal. Empire City Casino, game on. Well, here's Chad Green, who's just been yeoman work for the Yankees all year.
And he deals a slider low to Zunino. Chad Green has an ERA of 1.70. His numbers are tremendous. He's become really a star in the bullpen. 37 innings, 16 hits. Is that okay? Wow. Pitch is cut on and popped up to shallow left center. Who's going to catch it? It's Gardner. Indeed, he got out of the way. I'll give you another stat. I mean, that's great. 21 less hits in just 37 innings. You know what his strikeout to walks are? 51 strikeouts and 11 walks. So Green hasn't been good. He's been great.
Here's tonight's independent. 46 now.
Ooh.
That's a sellout.
No wonder there's a lot of people.
And there is a strike to Segura. I'll give you Tanaka's line in a moment. Green's 0-1. Pitch foul. You know, we know he's been pitching well, but Susan, those are the greatest numbers you'll find.
Yeah.
37 innings, 16 hits. Imagine 21 less hits and only 37 innings and 51 strikeouts and 11 walks.
He's been great. We were watching someone who walked in the door last year with one pitch. That fastball has developed a slider and a breaking ball, whether it's a change or a little curve sometimes.
0-2. Fastball high, 1 and 2.
And really has become a pitcher. It happened very fast when you think of it in the scheme of things.
So, Green will deal 1-2 to Segura. He's 0 for 3. Pitch is inside. Now, here's a line on Tanaka. 6 innings, 4 runs, 7 hits, 5 strikeouts, no walks, and 1 hit batsman. Now the 2-2. A chopper over the mound. Didi fields, fires, got him. Just. There's a high hopper over the mound. Didi got it in back a second. Segura can really run. Didi has some arm. He had no chance to step and throw. He just had to throw. Then he zipped it over there in time.
Come on out to the stadium when the Yanks take on the Rays Thursday, July 27th for replica batting practice pullover. The first 10,000 guests in attendance receive a replica batting practice pullover courtesy of Pepsi. For tickets, log on to Yankees.com. And it's got to be a helpless feeling for Didi. You have to wait for the ball to come down.
Yeah.
I mean, you just...
I'm amazed he got him. There's Ben Gamble. He takes a strike. Gamble, one of the homer hitters. He and Zunino for Seattle and Judge for the Yanks. 2 outs, no one on. Bottom of the 7th. 4-3 Seattle. Green deals. And the pitch is low. And the count 1-1. Yanks have a lot of stars in their bullpen, but this is one of them. Chad Green. There's the 1-1. And there's a strike on the outside corner of the knees. That was 96.
Got a great arm.
That's not bad. 96,
97.
On the knees on the outside. 1-2 to Gamble. Outside. 2-2.
Look at that, John. That was 97. You know, if you can't teach 97. You can teach the slider. You can teach the splitter. You can't teach 97.
Now here's the 2-2. Swung on and line foul. And here's the thing. His control is terrific. 37 innings would be 4 full 9-inning starts. He's walked 11 men. And as far as the hits, innings pitched, and the strikeouts, my goodness. And the ERA, he's been terrific. Here's the 2-2. And the pitch sails outside, 3-2. Now the payoff is swung on and hit in the air to left. Back goes Clint Frazier on the track, makes the catch. And so Green has a 1-2-3. At the end of 7 innings of play, 4-3 Seattle on the WFAN New York Yankees radio network, driven by G. Barnaby. You're probably right. Here's Ronnie Torreyes to lead off the 8th against Phelps. Yankees trailing 4-3, then the top of the order. Torreyes swings and nubs a little ground ball, but it goes foul the first baseline. Strike 1.
And this drive around the league is sponsored by Hyundai. There's no better time to buy a new Hyundai than now. See your local Hyundai dealer or visit buyhyundai.com. Couple of American League scores. Houston beat Baltimore 8-4. Well, it's almost over. They're in the bottom of the 9th. 8-4 Houston over Baltimore. Texas beat Tampa Bay 4-3. Cleveland over Toronto 2-1. That was in 10. in Anaheim. Anaheim now has a 7-3 lead over the Red Sox, bottom of the 6th.
There's a strike to Torreyes, 0-2.
David Price, 5 innings, 6 runs, 7 hits, 5 walks, and 1 home run. And in the National League, Mets on a Wilmer Flores walk-off homer in the 9th inning beat Oakland 6-5.
Vincent's pitch is cut on and missed. Now the right-handed Nick Vincent, the setup man for Edwin Diaz, strikes out Torreyes. One correction. Now here comes Scott Service out. One correction on Tanaka. 6 innings, 4 runs, 7 hits, 6 strikeouts, no walks, 1 hit batsman. So they use Vincent for 1 batter. This is called matchup baseball. Let's take 10-second station ID on the WFAN New York Yankees radio network.
Jordan Spieth has a 3-shot lead after 3 rounds of the Open Championship. Brandon Grace became the first golfer to shoot a 62 in a major. More later on WFAN and WFAN FM New York.
What do I know?
And this call of the bullpen. That pitching changing your world. The new pitcher is the lefty Mark Zipchinski, and he really is a matchup guy because he's been in 34 games, has 17 2/3 innings.
And he gets to 1 batter. That was Phelps who struck out Torreyes. I was out of the room. They put up Nick Vincent on the board, so I thought he came in. Now I'll give you Phelps in a minute. There's a ground ball to short. Going to be a tough play. Segura fields, throws late. Gardner is on. He hit a soft ground ball in the shortstop hole. Segura was pulled over near second. So the minute he hit it, you knew they weren't going to get Gardner. So there's the tying run. With all the right-hand hitters coming up, I would gather that's all for Zepchinski. And here comes Scott Service, and that is all for Zepchinski. Phelps went an inning and a third. No runs, no hits, 2 strikeouts, no walks.
And this call to the bullpen is also brought to you by Aids. The easy way to donate your car is Nick Vincent. He's done a really good job for them. 3-1, a little over 2 as an ERA, 2.04. He's been in 42 games, 39 2/3 innings, 36 hits. He has given up 9 runs. He's given up 1 home run, 7 walks, and 33 strikeouts.
So Vincent now does come in, and he'll pitch to the right-hand hitters, Frazier, Judge, and Sanchez. With the tying run, Gardner at first. Frazier, of course, is the lead run. And Vincent deals, swung on, and hit in the air to deep left field. That ball is high. It is far. It is off the wall. Gardner racing around third. They're going to hold him. He just missed. Clint Frazier just missed, putting the Yankees in front with a double on the first pitch by Vincent off the left center field wall. Now the Yankees have second and third. They have the tying run at third. They have the go-ahead run at second with 1 man out. They trail 4-3, and here is Aaron Judge.
First pitch, high fastball. Oh boy, and Frazier just went right after it, and he really did just miss, and they're going to walk Aaron Judge.
Now, bases loaded, 1 out. Well, that is a good strategy because Holiday is very slow. So if you get a ground ball, you can turn 2, and you get out of the inning without a run. Now, Holiday, very good run producer. Frazier tonight has 2 hard hits. Remember, a line drive single in the first inning down the left field line. And now a double right off the left center field wall. Didn't miss by much. Bases loaded, 1 out. And here is Holiday. The pitch slider outside, 1-0.
Wow. 46,000 people here, more than that. And listen to the Yankee fans.
That'll be a 1-0 to Holiday. The pitch is a half swing. Did he go? No. And the count 2-0. There's another slider away. Gardner at third. Clint Frazier at second. Judge at first. One out here in the top of the 8th. Yankees trailing 4-3. It'll be a 2-0 to Holiday. The pitch is cut on and missed. And the count 2-1. Holiday has a double in 3 trips. And you know what Clint Frazier does? He continues to keep on keeping on.
He loves that first pitch, doesn't he?
Now here comes the 2-1 to Holiday. And the pitch is outside 3-1. So Vincent either throws a strike or forces in the tying run. And Holiday will look at a 3-1 pitch. Bases loaded, 1 man out, top of the 8th. Gardner at third, Clint Frazier at second, Judge at first. It'll be a 3-1 to Holiday with 1 man out. And here is the 3-1. Swung on, a high fly to deep right field. That'll tie it up. Back is Haniger. He makes the catch. Gardner scores. Frazier goes to third. It's a sac fly and an RBI for Holiday. I mentioned Holiday is a run producer, and that's a great example. If you're going to hit a sac fly, wait. Let the ball travel, and you don't have to take a big swing. So he drove the ball the opposite way, a long, high fly ball to tie the game. And if you say, well, did Holiday try to do that? And he certainly did. He drove the ball to tie the game. We're tied at 4. First and third, 2 out for Gary Sanchez.
And you look at Holiday tonight, John. He's got that double and that sacrifice fly, which he did on purpose, by the way. So that's maybe getting a little closer to getting back to full strength.
Now the Yankees have the go-ahead run at third. And here's Gary, who has a double in 3 trips. And Vincent deals. Slider outside, 1-0.
David Robertson now up for the Yanks.
It'll be a 1-0 to Sanchez. Slider outside, 2-0. Boy, it'd be a big win for the Yankees, wouldn't it? The Red Sox are being beaten. The Yankees could come within a game in the loss column for first place.
The Red Sox are losing to the Angels 7-3. They're in the bottom of the 7th in Anaheim.
Now Sanchez will look at a 2-0. And the pitch swung on and line to right center field. It is caught by Haniger. He did everything but get a base hit. He had a bullet line drive. Haniger raced in and caught it about shin high. 1 run, 2 hits, 2 left. And now at the end of 7.5 innings of play, we're tied at 4 on the WFAN New York Yankees radio network, driven by Jeep.
Summer is here. That means
go to the bottom of the 8th now. We're tied. Green goes an inning, 3 up, 3 down. David Robertson comes on, and this is the inning. Why? Because the first 3 hitters are Cano, Cruz, and Kyle Seager. So Seattle sends up their big middle of the order. Hey, Sanchez really hit the ball. That was just bad luck. He had a line drive. It just stayed up, and Haniger raced in and caught it about shin high, or the Yankees would have the lead. So here is David Robertson against Cano, Cruz, and Seager.
We are coming to you live from the Sunoco broadcast booth. Sunoco, save 5 cents on every gallon instantly with your Sunoco Rewards credit card. Sanchez has hit into bad luck all series.
He sure has. That was really a bullet. What are you going to do? Tied at 4, Cano swings and drives one to left. Back goes Clint Frazier, and it's gone. 1 pitch. It went into the Yankee bullpen. So Cano homers, and Seattle takes a 5-4 lead.
Take a look at that pitch again. You know what? Robbie Cano is so strong. That pitch was on the other side, on the outside part of the plate, and he just went the other way. That's how strong he is. Talk about quick hands. Bat speed, that's bat speed.
The quickest. Here's Cruz, 5-4 Seattle. And Robertson deals, and the pitch is low. The count 1-0.
Eighth inning is sponsored by your local Ford dealers. The Ford Summer Sales Event is on at your local Ford store. You can get big savings on the exciting lineup of Ford vehicles. Go to buyfordnow.com.
The pitch. It was cut on a missed. 1-1. That's the third solo home run for Seattle. Zunino, Gamble, and now Robbie. And the 1-1 swung on and popped up to shallow right. Judge comes in. He'll make the catch, one away. Here's the Power Report brought to you by Indian Point Energy Center, the region's most reliable source of electric power. Seattle, Mike Zunino, Ben Gamble, and there Robbie Cano all homered for their big hits. 3 of their 5 runs for the Yankees. Judge homered. Yanks have a bunch of doubles tonight. Clint Frazier has 1. Holiday has 1. Cooper had a triple. And, of course, Judge had the home run. The breaking ball is low to Seager. And that's the Power Report brought to you by Indian Point Energy Center. 5-4 Seattle, bottom of the 8th. 1 out, no one on. Seager, a left-hand hitter. And the pitch grounded foul. For Cano, his 19th home run, his 66th RBI. You saw him do that a lot in a Yankee uniform. He drives the ball the opposite way great. He has a lot of homers to left center. That was more straightaway left. Here's the 1-1, and it's grounded foul, 1-2. If you want to look ahead to the 9th, the Yankees will have Didi, Todd Frazier, and Garrett Cooper. Edwin Diaz is the closer. He's a right-hander, and the Yankees have 3 lefty hitters on the bench: Jacoby Ellsbury, Chase Headley, and Tyler Wade. That'll be a 1-2 to Seager. And the pitch foul back. There's the 1-2. The pitch is low, 2-2.
Boy, are you right? How many times do we see Robbie Cano do that? Get a pitch that, not a terrible pitch, and just sort of flick it somewhere and it goes out.
There's the 2-2. It's grounded foul, first base on. Now here's the 2-2. And it's grounded foul, first base side again. Well, the count holds 2-2. Well, you knew it was going to be the inning with Cano, Cruz, and Seager up. And 1 pitch. Of course, the Yankees really got unlucky in that inning. Here's the 2-2 to Seager. Pitch cut on a miss. And don't forget Frazier at the top of the wall, and Sanchez hit a bullet right at the right field. You know, them's the breaks. That's why baseball, a little different game. In baseball, you can do everything right and come up empty. And not that way in other sports. Oh, 2-8, and here's Danny Valencia, the right-hand hitting first baseman. And Robertson deals. Has a ground ball to third. And Todd Frazier throws to first to end the inning. 1 run, 1 hit. to break the tie with no one left at the end of 8. 5-4 Seattle on the WFAN New York Yankees radio network, driven by Jeep.
Home a win.
Drive to work with Boomer and Carton and drive home with Mike Francesa right here on The Fan.
Well, the closer, Edwin Diaz, comes in, a hard-throwing right-hander. He comes in for the save. Diaz has 18 saves. 40 games, 41 innings, 29 hits. Now, he's walked a lot. He's walked 18. He struck out 58. And also given up 8 home runs in 40 innings, one every 5 innings. So I think he had a slump in the middle of the first half of the year, but he's pitched better of late. Well, here is Didi to lead it off against Edwin Diaz. Seattle with a 5-4 lead, 3 outs away from the victory. And the pitch is low to Didi. Didi is single in 3 trips. It will be Didi, Todd Frazier, and then Garrett Cooper, the scheduled hitters. Pitch is high. They probably pinch hit for Cooper. They can use Ellsbury or they can use Headley. I don't know if Tyler Wade is here. Maybe he is. But that would be my guess. It'll be a 2-0 to Didi. And the pitch high, 3-0. As I said, he's walked a lot of people. He's walked 18 in 40 innings, so more than 4 per 9. And will deal 3-0. And there is a strike. Count 3-1. Now the right-hander will deal. Swung on and pop foul. Third base side. Got to make the seats. It'll be a 3-1 from Diaz. And the pitch is low, ball 4. Now the Yanks had the tying run at first, and here's Todd Frazier. Todd Frazier not only is 0 for 4 against Diaz, but 3 strikeouts. The pitch is... It wasn't a strike, but the first base umpire, Tom Woodring, called it a strike. As Frazier, let's see. Yeah, it's pretty close. So the count 0-1. And the pitch is swung on and popped. Foul, first base side out of play. On the count 0-2. Didi the tying run with no one out, top of the 9th. Chase Headley is on deck to hit for Garrett Cooper. It'll be an 0-2. The slider is outside 1-2. (5-4) Seattle, top of the 9th. Didi, the tying run, leads off first. And the 1-2 is swung on and popped. Foul, first base side out of play. Frazier's grounded into a double play, line to third. The Seager stole a hit from him, and then fly to center. There's the 1-2. Swung on and popped foul behind the plate. Back comes Zunino to make the catch, one away. Now, following the game, stay tuned for the Agera Energy New York Yankees postgame show. Agera Energy. Energy to power your world. Visit AgeraFan.com for a hassle-free quote. Chase Headley will hit for Cooper, lefty-righty switch. Mel Stottlemyre Jr., the pitching coach of Seattle, goes out to the mound. 10-second station ID now on the WFAN New York Yankees radio network.
Jordan Spieth holds a 3-shot lead after 3 rounds of the British Open. Brandon Grace, the first to fire a 62 in a major. More after the game with Tony Page on WFAN and WFAN FM New York.
John Sterling, Susan Waldman back at Safeco. We're in the top of the 9th inning. The Yankees are trailing 5-4. Didi, the base runner, at first with 1 out. Headley hits for Garrett Cooper, who struck out, tripled and struck out. Headley has faced Diaz once, had a base hit. Diaz throws over. Didi right on the bag. The pitch is low. The count 1-0. Torreyes is on deck. That'll be a 1-0 to Chase. And there's a strikeout. The knee is 1-1. Now the 1-1. A high fly to center. There is Heredia. And he makes the catch to it. Now, Ellsbury will come on the field, but he'll run for Didi. I would think they're going to have him try to steal second. I'm very surprised Ellsbury is not hitting for Torreyes. But maybe the Yankees want Ellsbury to run. Runner at first, 2 men out. Here's Torreyes. And the pitch, strike, 0-1. Now the 0-1, strike 2. Now here's the 0-2. Pitch is low. Ellsbury stole second. He was running. The ball did get away from Zunino, but that's stolen base because he was running. So, unfortunately, he's at second base with 2 strikes. So Torreyes only has 1 strike remaining. But now a base hit could tie the game. Here's the 1-2. It's fouled off. Torreyes to foul the pitch off, threw the bat at the ball. The bat wound up at the mound. And that's amazing. Torreyes was able to get the bat on the ball. He actually threw the bat at the ball. It was low outside, but you don't want to take strike 3. You don't want to take strike 3 with the bat on your shoulder. So Now, Ellsbury, the tying run, leads off second with 2 out in the ninth. It'll be a 1-2 to Torreyes. And the 1-2. Line to left field. It's a base hit. Here comes Ellsbury. Here comes the throw. It's going to be not in time. Ellsbury scores on a dramatic 2-out, 2-strike, game-tying hit by Ronnie Torreyes. Ronnie. Boy, that is a clutch hit. So Ellsbury stealing second. Torreyes lining the base hit to left. Ellsbury beating the Gamble throw. And the game is tied at 5 on an ultra-dramatic 2-out, 2-strike, 9th inning base hit by Ronnie Torreyes. And here's Gardner. Wow. I don't know if Wade is here. If he's here, that's not a problem. Then Torreyes plays short, Wade plays second, or Wade plays short. He is a shortstop. A throw to first, and back is Torreyes. Gardner is 1 for 3 with a walk. What a dramatic hit. Well, you know, we sing his praises all the time. And just one of the reasons why. Here's a pitch to Gardner. And the breaking ball is inside 1-0. Well, the Yankees have had an odd game. They certainly could have scored more than 5 runs tonight, but that's a heck of a comeback. Anyway, the game tied at 5. Here in the top of the ninth, 2 outs. Torreyes at first. The pitch has a strike on the outside corner. Now the count 1-1. Torreyes' second RBI, had a sac fly earlier, so he now has 23 ribbies for the year. The pitch is grounded foul. Torreyes was going, but Gardner fouled it off. The count 1-2. Tommy Kahnle and Aroldis Chapman are in the bullpen. Chapman if the Yankees take the lead, and I gather Kahnle if they don't. On the road, you can hold your closer out, because if you go to extra innings, you have a chance to take the lead and use a closer. The home team can't use a closer once the game goes to the 9th inning. There's the 1-2. And it is cut on and missed to end the inning. Now the Yankees get off the deck and get the game-tying hit from Torreyes with 2 outs and 2 strikes in the ninth, 1 run. 1 hit, 1 left. And of 8.5, we're tied at 5 on the WFAN New York Yankees radio network, driven by Jeep.
The 963 Ram 3990.
Well, here's what the Yankees are doing. First of all, Tommy Kahnle comes on. Robertson goes an inning, 1 run, 1 hit, the Cano home run, 1 strikeout, no walks. Headley goes to second. Romine goes to first. And Torreyes shifts over to short. Remember, Ellsbury pinch ran, very big thing. He pinch ran for Didi and stole second to score on the hit by Torreyes. So the Yankees, let me see, I just want to check. Outside of Wade, and I don't know if he's here, the Yankees, he would be the only one left on the bench. So right-hander Tommy Kahnle takes over. And here is Mitch Haniger to lead it off. Bottom of the ninth, tied at 5. Pitch. There's a strike. Now here's the 0-1 to Haniger. And the pitch is cut on him. So let's go downstairs. Susan's in the camera well on the front side of the Yankee dugout. You got a great
oh boy, do I.
look
What a shot I got right in back of where Torreyes hit that ball.
Here's the 0-2. Pitch outside. Well, we have sung Torreyes' praises all year long, and there's another example.
You know what, John? How many times have we said that Alan Cockrell says there's not a fastball in this earth that Ronnie Torreyes can't turn around? And there it was right there.
It'll be a 1-2 to Haniger. And the slider outside. 2-2. Very dramatic. You can look at this game so many ways, Susan. The Yankees could have scored a lot more than 5. Frazier's ball hit the top of the wall. Garrett Cooper's ball hit the top of the wall, et cetera, et cetera. And Seager's made some great plays, but here they are tied after being down for the pitches. Cut on and missed. No, Canely, another weapon in the Yankee bullpen, strikes out Haniger, 1 away.
And here's another example, John, of how Joe Girardi keeps saying this team never gives up, ever. I was kind of wondering if Ellsbury was going to pinch hit for Torreyes, but no, how brilliant was Joe? He puts Ellsbury at first, all of a sudden he's at second, and he scores.
I thought he was going to hit for Torreyes as well. So Ellsbury stole. Now, the ball did get away from Zunino, but he was stealing, and he was there. And then Torreyes gets the base hit. Just terrific. The pitch is high inside to Heredia. And Heredia got hit with the pitch. As the ball went by him, he was leaning away, and Heredia took off all his equipment and said, let's see if he got hit.
Well, Sanchez says no.
No.
Sanchez says no, and here comes Joe Girardi. No, he doesn't.
Heredia is going to first base. I just looked at the replay, and he didn't get hit.
Joe Girardi out talking to the home plate umpire.
I would talk to every umpire.
And they're going to, and here they go. They're going to look. Wait, this is a long, I guess they have to make sure.
And here they go.
Whoa.
I'm going to put him at first base.
Well, don't forget, it has to be overwhelming.
Well, so I mean, it either hit him or didn't. It didn't look to me like it hit him, so I'm not going to go back on that. Yeah, that's how it goes. Now, 1 on, 1 out. There's the winning run at first base. And here is Zunino, a right-hand hitter. And the right-hander, Canely, will deal. And the pitch cut on him. And a hard slider down and away. Zunino has homered in 3 trips. It'll be an 0-1. Caught on a missed 0-2. Another slider. He may throw a fastball out of the strike zone on this pitch, but he's got to come back to the slider because Zunino has missed 2 of them badly.
A really good slider.
Now here comes the 0-2. First little lob to first base. And to run it over for you, Todd Frazier at third, Torreyes at short, Headley at second, Romine at first. And it'll be an 0-2 to Zunino. And the pitch struck him out swing. There's a fastball. So 2 away.
You know, John, I knew that Canely had a great fastball, but seeing his slider up and close, I'm right in back of the on-deck circle here. That really moves. That's a terrific pitch.
Now 2 down, and that'll bring up Gene Segura, another right-hand hitter. He is 0-for-4 on the night. The winning run, Heredia leads off first. And the pitch is fouled. First base side out of play.
So he's throwing a 97-mile-an-hour fastball and backing up with an 86-mile-an-hour slider.
And, you know, the speed of the slider is one thing, but the depth on it is the big thing. And, boy, he's got a good one. It'll be an 0-1. And the pitch there is a strike.
Got that to 98, says on the gun down here.
Man, the count 0-2. Saying one more thing. I just looked at that pitch again. Right on the black on the outside corner. One strike away is Canely from getting out of the inning. Heredia off first. And the pitch gets by Sanchez. So on to second base goes Heredia, and now a base hit wins the game. It's a wild pitch. So that's the anatomy of a rally. A hit batsman, I don't know if it hit him, and a wild pitch with 2 outs and 2 strikes. The Yankees were 1 strike away from getting out of the ninth. Now, a little old single will win the game. Sanchez was out on the mound talking to Canely. Now here's the 1-2. Now the right-hand hitter. And Canely deals. And it's foul first base. I think this. If Segura gets a hit to win the game, it'll be to right field. Because he is really short in his swing to make contact.
They went after that slider, and that's exactly what he was trying to do.
Now here comes the 1-2. And the pitch is foul back. I'll tell you one thing about Canely that you like that I really didn't know. We haven't seen him much. He throws strikes.
And this is new this year, because one of the reasons the Yankees did not protect him in the Rule 5 draft was just that reason. And last year we saw him with Chicago, and the year before, and was not throwing strikes. Always went to 3-2. This year worked very hard over the winter, evidently. Different pitcher, they say.
Heredia at second base, hit by a pitch, went there on a wild pitch. And there are 2 outs. Segura behind on the count 1-2. And the game tied at 5, bottom of the ninth. And the right-hander Canely checks second and deals. Slider outside. 2-2. That'll be a 2-2 to Segura. And Canely deals. Struck him out swinging. Now, slider. In fact, it was not good because it was up. But it fooled Segura, and the Yankees get to the 10th inning. No runs, no hits, 1 left at the end of 9. Tied at 5 on the WFAN New York Yankees radio network, driven by Jeep.
It's time.
Priority. Learn more at SafeSecureVital.com. Indian Point, proud partners of the Yankees radio network. Right-hander Tony Zick, he was in the series earlier. A record of 3-2 and an ERA good, 2.10. 33 games, 30 innings, 20 hits. He walks people. He has walked 15. He struck out 25. But one other good note on Tony Zick, the league is hitting 194 off him, so that's pretty darn good. The Yankees will bring up their big right-hand hitters, Frazier, Judge, Holiday, and Sanchez in a tie game. Hey, Jack, is that game over in L.A.? So the Yankees, if they win this game, would move to within 1 game on the loss side. Isn't that amazing? They have to win the game first. Anyway, Boston was beaten by the Angels down in Anaheim. Clint Frazier is 2 for 4, a single, a line drive down the left field line, a double, a line drive that went off the top of the wall. That would have given the Yankees the win, by the way, if it had gone over the wall. Now here's Frazier to lead off against Tony Zick. And the pitch is inside. Zick is Z-Y-C-H. Edwin Diaz goes an inning, 1 run, 1 hit, 1 strikeout, 1 walk. There's the 1-0. Breaking ball, strike. And a slow curveball to count 1-1. Adam Warren is up in the Yankee bullpen. One thing you have to say, Susan, that's quite a bullpen. It really is.
It goes on forever, and still you can save Chapman for if they take the lead.
1-1, grounded foul into the Yankee dugout on the third base side on the count 1-2.
You know what the other thing is? Adam Warren can close.
Yeah, and he also can pitch multiple innings. It has been Miranda, Cechek, Phelps, Zepchinski, Vincent, Diaz, and Zick. They're going to run out of pitches soon, too. Now, here's the 1-2 to Frazier. Swung on, pop foul, first base side out of play.
Yeah, every night, 2 teams, no matter who you play, it seems like there's 8 or 9 pitchers in the game.
Well, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is the 7th pitch for Seattle. The Yankees have only used 4.
So that's 11 pitchers. I said 7 or 8. This is 11. We're not done yet.
Here's the 1-2. Breaking balls outside 2-2.
You know, I didn't get a chance to talk to you. Diaz has a tremendous arm. Very, very young. Had one bad stretch where he was really walking people and blowing saves. Seems to have straightened it out. Tremendous arm.
Here's the 2-2 to Frazier. Strike 3 call, 1 away.
95-mile-an-hour fastball after all those breaking pitches.
I don't blame Frazier. I don't blame Clint. I just looked at that pitch on replay. It was 2 things, low and outside. That was at the shins, and that was not a good call. Well, 1 away, and here's Judge. Judge has struck out, grounded out, homered, and was intentionally walked. And the right-hander deals. There's a strike on the inside corner.
Pro, baby.
It'll be an 0-1 to Aaron. Breaking ball. Strike 0-2. The home run that Judge hit was his 32nd of the year. It went to right center. He's behind here, 0-2. Now the right-hander will deal 0-2 to Judge. Breaking balls outside 1-2. The right-hander Tony Zick ready for the 1-2 to Judge. In the dirt, breaking ball, and the count 2-2. Let's take 10-second station ID on the WFAN New York Yankees Radio Network.
Jordan Spieth remains on top at 11 under after 3 rounds of the British Open. Good for a 3-shot lead. Tony Page follows the game on WFAN and WFAN FM New York.
John Sterling, Susan Waldman at Safeco, top of the 10th, 2 outs, no one on. The game tied at 5 on a dramatic 2-out, 2-strike single by Torreyes. Here's the 2-2 to Judge. It's low 3-2. Matt Holliday's on deck. So 0-2 has now become 3-2. And the right-hander holds the set high. And the pitch is low, ball 4. No, it's called strike 3. How do you like that? How do you like that? Judge was headed to first. The pitch looked low. Let's see. I think that's the shins. Anyway, two-way. Here's Holiday.
Well, below the knees. I know they're calling that strike at the knees. That was below the knees, so that's 2 in a row. And you can't change your zone for the umpire. You have to know what is a ball and a strike. They're not going to change their swing because the guy is calling balls at the shins.
Holiday takes a pitch outside. See, those pitches are low. They're below the knees. Of course you don't swing at them. I don't blame Judge. And I didn't blame Clint Frazier. They were both below the knees. It'll be a 1-0 to Holiday. And the pitch outside, 2-0.
You know, you remember this, John. Wade Boggs used to give us chapter and verse on how you cannot expand your strike zone. You can't do it because it messes up your swing. Just because a guy is calling the strike down below your knees, you can't swing at it. It messes things up.
Here's the 2-0 to Holiday. A ground ball to short. Segura will throw out Holiday to end the 10th. 3 up, 3 down at the end of 9.5. We're tied at 5 on the WFAN New York Yankees radio network, driven by Jeep.
Brooklyn 4444.
Medicare gladly accepted.
Tommy Kahnle goes 1 inning, no runs, no hits, 3 strikeouts, 1 hit batsman. Adam Warren takes over, and a very tough inning because here come the lefties, Gamble and Cano, and then Nelson Cruz, and then another left-hander, Kyle Seager. 10-second station ID, now the WFAN New York Yankees radio network.
Jordan Spieth holds a 3-shot lead after 3 rounds of the British Open. Brandon Grace, the first to fire a 62 in a major. More after the game with Tony Page on WFAN and WFAN FM New York.
Now right-hander Adam Warren comes on. Bottom of the 10th inning. We're tied at 5. Gamble will lead it off. He is homered in the game. Then Robbie Cano, he is homered in the game. And what I would tell Warren is throw the ball low because Pat Hoberg, the home plate umpire, seemingly likes the low strike, like shins. Gamble 1 for 4, that home run. And the pitch is a strike. And the count 0-1.
And he listened to you right below the knee.
I thought the same thing. Here's the 0-1. Swung on and in the air to deep center. Back goes Gardner over his head. 1 hop off the wall. Gamble heads to second with a double. So the Mariners are set up. They have Gamble at second and no one out. And there's the winning run.
Off the wall, played nicely by Gardner, but Gamble is just so fast. He's turned into some hitter, hasn't he, John?
Well, absolutely. He got popped, too. Here's Cano. They're going to walk in. So Cano intentionally walked, and here is Nelson Cruz. Now, let's face it, Seattle has 3 shots to win the game. A base hit will win it. They have Cruz, they have Seager, and then Valencia.
When you look at it, this is some lineup.
Very good. Very, very good.
Has been their starters. They also have a very good bullpen. I think it's near the top or at the top in the league.
Now here's Nelson Cruz, first and second, no one out. And the pitch low, 1-0. Now, base hit will win it for the Mariners. We're at the bottom of the 10th. We're tied at 5. Totals are identical, 5-9 and 0. Gamble off second, Cano off first. Pitch swung on and hit in the air, foul down the right field line, out of play, on the count 1-1. Cruz is 1 for 4 on the night. Of course, what the Yankees would like is a ground ball at somebody in the infield to turn two. Cruz doesn't run great. Now be a 1-1 to Nelson. The pitch is low on the count, 2-1. It'll be a 2-1. Gamble, the winning run off second. Cano at first. And the 2-1. Line to left field. There's a base hit to win the game. Gamble rounds third, and he will score. Ball game over. Seattle wins. Nelson Cruz lined a base hit to left field. Gamble scored easily. And Seattle in 10 innings beats the Yankees 6-5. So the Yankees remain 3.5 back of Boston and 2 on the loss side. Very tough loss, but hey, what are you going to do? Them's the breaks. Them's the breaks. Seattle wins it 6-5 in the 9th inning. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors, 2 left. And the final in 10, Seattle 6, the Yankees 5. And we're back with the totals in a moment on the WFAN New York Yankees radio network. Well, today's game attendance is brought to you by Columbia Bank, serving New Jersey for 90 years. Today's attendance, a sellout here at Safeco, 46,197. And they saw a terrific game. What a baseball game. And Seattle gets a run in the bottom of the 10th to win the game 6-5, and here are the totals. For the Yankees, 5 runs, 9 hits, no errors, they left 5. For Seattle, 6 runs, 10 hits, no errors, they left 7. Adam Warren is the losing pitcher. He's 2-2. Tony Zick, the winning pitcher, he's 4-2. With the loss, the Yankees are 50-46. And with the victory, Seattle is 49-50. The time of the game, 3 hours and 28 minutes. And the attendance, as I mentioned, a sellout, 46,197. And the final score, Seattle 6 and the Yankees 5. New York Yankees baseball is a production of Sports Radio 101.
You cash for life from the New York Lottery. Zero Initiative. Chock full of nuts coffee. New York's heavenly coffee since 1932. And Kawasaki. Let the good times roll. Stay tuned for the Yankees postgame show on the WFAN Yankees Radio Network.